It's a career opportunity unlike any other in the financial services industry. The Thrive in Financial Representative Development Program for new college graduates. Earn an immediate salary with bonus opportunities while getting support and training to build client relationships and grow your own business. Join a company that rewards young professionals who are results-driven and want to live out their faith by making a difference in the lives of Christians by helping them be wise with money.
Maybe it was a big thing, like helping you land the perfect internship. Maybe it was something small, like offering a sympathetic listening ear when you missed your family. It might have been advice about your choice of major, spiritual guidance, or how to deal with roommate conflicts. Whatever it was, you knew that you were seen and heard. You walked away a little lighter, a little more confident, knowing that someone else was walking this journey with you. At Bethel University, we're more than an academic institution. Yes, we're proud of our internationally recognized programs. Students come to Bethel to be equipped for success in over 50 fields of study, from residential undergraduate to online master's degrees. But they stay because they're not walking alone. 7 in 10 residential students are active in one-on-one mentoring or small groups. From the dedicated faculty to friendly staff, everyone at Bethel cares deeply about helping you prepare for what you were meant to do. Because we all believe you're meant to do incredible things for God's kingdom. And it's true. Bethel alumni are active in 65 nations around the world. What connects you to Bethel? There's no question. It's the relationships and community that give purpose to everything you gain here. At Bethel University, we see you. At Bethel University, we know you, and we'll connect your passion with a pathway to impact the world for Christ. Be true. Be blue. Be you at Bethel University.
In the country, currently the 9th-ranked team, the Pilots of Bethel University, ranked 11-0. Jags 7-4. Your take early non-league game. What you thinking?
Pilots were picked, I think, to finish 5th in the conference preseason poll. Now they're 9th in the country. So off to a good start in the Steve Draven era. Good competition tonight. The team's record 7-4, but the talent they bring to the table, pride leading the way, and it's going to get up and down tonight. I agree. It's going to warm up in here today.
The Pilots, here's your number for tonight. 28 straight wins for the Bethel Pilots against the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. You got to go all the way back to 2011. I know you're a numbers guy. That is a staggering scenario. Let's throw one even more at you. The Jags are only 2-9 against the Crossroads League. One of those wins coming against Goshen, ironically. One was against Mount Vernon 3 or 4 years ago. But make no mistake about it, the Pilots have ruled the CCAC. But once again, got to lace them up tonight because you're going to take on a great defensive team here in the Jaguars.
Those numbers mean nothing for the next 40 minutes. Whoever plays well and plays consistent. Bethel's played really well for 30 minutes a game. Sometimes 35 minutes a game, but that's only because they had to force overtime. But they've taken 8 to 10 minutes off each game, and that's what Coach Draven's trying to get to play the entire game. We've seen them blow 24-point leads, 15-point leads. Those are all numbers, and so if you're looking at that, you say, okay, Bethel wins. Let's all go home and start watching Christmas movies. But the fact is, you got to perform over the next 40 minutes. That's what's important.
Well, one thing about it, we're going to see two of the best players in the respective leagues. In Chris Pride from Chicago Presentation High School, he has started 9 of the 10 teams game, 18.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 assists. Check that, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2.5 block shots or steals per ball game. And then what can you say about Travion Cruz? We could take the entire pregame show to go through his particulars. One thing is significant: 9 statistical categories in the top 50 in the country. One of the best players in America.
Absolutely one of the best players we've ever seen come through this program. One of the best players in the country. And I think, so you have 2 superstars, but I think the Pilots have more depth, more surrounding. We've seen games where Keontae goes off and Galen goes off. And so Travion has a better supporting cast, and we know that he likes to get them involved early. And then if things aren't going well, he'll say, well, let me take over for a little bit.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to be. It's going to be Pride against Cruz. The 2 top guards in their respective leagues going to be after it tonight. We're glad you can join us here from Bethel University. We'll be back and go one-on-one with Tony Bates, the head coach of the Jaguars, right after this short timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
It's a career opportunity unlike any other in the financial services industry. The Thrive in Financial Representative Development Program for new college graduates. Earn an immediate salary with bonus opportunities while getting support and training to build client relationships and grow your own business. Join a company that rewards young professionals who are results-driven and want to live out their faith by making a difference in the lives of Christians by helping them be wise with money.
ShineThrough.org.
Here at Bethel University, the Pilots engaged with a great matchup with the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference here. Tony Bates, the architect of the Jaguars basketball program. Great to see him. Tony, first of all, I know that I've had a chance to see your teams play over the course of the time the program's been in existence, and you continue to get better and better all the time. First of all, how are things going, and is that 5-year plan on plan, and is that 10-year plan still in order? What do you think, Coach?
Great question. We are on plan. We actually able to start men's and women's soccer this year. So we're on plan for adding sports, and everything's growing, and we're just happy to have opportunity to watch it grow from the bottom to the top. That's what it's all about for us.
Give us an idea on what you like about the 2019-2020 Jaguar basketball squad.
We have a lot of talent. We have a lot of athleticism. We like to get up and down the floor. So we put up a lot of numbers right now, but we got to work a little harder defensively. But I like our group. They work well together right now.
When you play these non-league matchups in the middle of your league stuff, what's the mindset for you as a coach? Is it of a growth set, or it's just an experience standpoint to play another competitive league that plays a completely different style of play?
Well, that's the key. We like to come down and play Bethel because they're giving us a different style, different look. When you're playing the CCAC conference and, we got 15 teams, it starts becoming, the routine. So, when you get out of that, it's always good to understand how different teams play in different parts of the country, which helps you tournament time at the end of the year, if you're fortunate enough to make it.
Chris Pride is having an awesome year for your squad, named the CCAC Player of the Week last week. Can you talk about his game?
Chris is an exceptional athlete. He can shoot to get to the basket, and he also defends. So everything we asked him to do, he's been doing this year. We're just very fortunate that he's playing very good basketball for us.
Now you're matched up against a guy on the other side who wears jersey number 3 that is pretty special. As a matter of fact, it was just announced that he's the only 2-time NAIA Player of the Week in the program history, a program that's won 3 national championships. That's a scary thought, Coach.
It sure is. I've been thinking about him for the last 48 hours. So he's a very exceptional basketball player, and we're looking forward to, with a player like that, you never stop him. You just try to contain as much as you possibly can. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
When you look up at a guy who can control the game, not only shooting, rebounding, distributing the basketball, being able to do all kinds of things. I mean, is the mindset is, okay, we got to guard those other 4 because I know he's going to get his. Is that the mindset sometimes?
I'm old school, man. So I'm saying, try to take the head and the body of volley, right? So we're going to try to do what we can to make someone else make decisions other than him. And, if that works, it works. If it doesn't, then it's on the coach who doesn't know much.
I know you like to go up and down the floor and press it, which has been has been the weakness of the Pilots throughout the course of the season. In every game where they've been threatened, if you will, it's been because of great man-to-man defense. Will we see that from you guys tonight, Coach?
That's the only way we know how to play, man. We open your face and try to see what we can do.
All right, final thought. What do you got to do to win the game, Coach?
Well, we're going to have to rebound the basketball. I know the Bethel has some nice size on their floor here, and we're going to have to be able to make outside shots. I mean, they're big, and we got to go fast. If we don't go fast, it's going to be tough for us tonight.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Thanks for talking to me.
Once again, a special thanks to Tony Bates. Tony Bates, 5th season. He's a graduate of Trinity Christian. Overall record, 68 wins, 69 losses, with a record of 43 wins and 27 losses. And the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. He also gets some help from associate head coach Rick Romelli, Aubrius Villouis, Walter Fisher III, James Cook, and Julian Hardy. And our coverage of the Bethel University basketball today being sponsored in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. Now through December 31st at any of the 5 Gates Automotive locations. Take advantage of the Gates Holiday Credit Event. Drive your next Gates vehicle today and don't make a payment until almost spring. Choose from 1,000 new and used vehicles now, and you don't have to make a payment until March 2/20. Once again, stop by and grab some candy canes at Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy World, Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, or once again, the Gates Advantage. For more information, go to www.gatesautomotive.com. I spent some time with Steve Draven and got his thoughts on today's matchup. Bethel Pilots basketball here on Regional Radio Sports. Glad you can join us here. Steve Draven spending some time with us prior to today's matchup against Tony Bates and the Governor State University Jaguars of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Hate to throw something out staggering to Coach Draven in his first season at the helm of the Pilots, but the Pilots have won 28 straight games against the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Staggering numbers, and he has to keep that going because he's going to see 3 straight teams in the CCAC. So pressure's on, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard that stat. I don't know that stat at all. That stat will not be shared with our team at all. But I can tell you this. I mean, the CCAC, we played several teams in it so far, and knowing that league a little bit, and a bunch of teams that play hard. They have a lot of different styles. And I think the style tonight, their strength, I think, is one of our weaknesses, and we struggled handling pressure. We've struggled handling full court press. So I think it's going to be good for us in our, trying to have a growth mindset, get better each game. This test tonight will help prepare us and be better going forward.
We'll come back to the Jaguars, but I want you to reflect back on the game against Taylor. First of all, number one, the perseverance to win in overtime for the second time in as many opportunities. But look back on some things now that you've had a chance to look at the film, had a chance to talk with your student athletes, and some things that you were happy with, some things you were still concerned with, Steve.
Yeah, the game before Taylor, Spring Arbor, I didn't think our shot selection was good, which allowed us to not have a better lead than I thought we should have in that first half at Spring Arbor. Taylor, our shot selection was much better than I thought, grading it after the game on film, and I was pleased with that. We just didn't shoot it well. We didn't perform well. We played better than I thought. We just didn't perform well. We didn't make some plays that we normally make. We missed some easy shots that we normally make that would have made the game a lot different. And give Taylor a ton of credit for that. They made things tough for us. I thought they were locked in. They had some players step up and make some big plays. Defensively, we were really good. Our numbers were great. Rebounded them, held them to, I think it was 38% total field goal, and I think we held them to 26% three-point field goal. So you can't ask for much better numbers than that. We just had it, just offensively weren't at our best. And in Crossroads League play, I mean, you're going to have that. You're going to have some nights where, for whatever reason, you don't have things going. It's not as smooth. It's a grinded-out game. So I'm proud of our guys for staying with it, staying the course, and overcoming my first technical foul.
Yeah, that was my next question, talking about that. I made the bold statement that I don't think I'd ever see you. But it wasn't one that you were trying to show up anyone. I think you were just a little demonstrative and the lack thereof. Certainly you didn't say anything. It was just the fact that you got a little energetic out there. And it's good to see you still got that good first step, Steve.
I deserved it for sure. But I wanted to make sure that on that call, and if I got a technical foul, I was right. And watching film, I believe I was right on that call. I was frustrated. I thought, obviously, their guy had it going, not for lack of effort on our part. And I just thought his foot was moving a little bit on a couple of those drives, and I thought he was a little more physical with his off arm than I thought he should have been. And so I let him know. I just wanted to show our guys, too. I thought, when they made their run a little bit, we lost a little bit of energy. I don't think our response was as good as it should have been. So wanted to fire them up a little bit too, and I love Nate Airty. He comes over to me, he goes, "Coach, we got you." So, hopefully it was kind of a team bonding thing, but it's something I'm not proud of. I don't want to get technical fouls. I'm trying to teach our guys to control their emotions. It's sometimes you get a little worked up, competitive, and all that stuff. But again, I want to teach our guys to be calm, cool, and collected. And that's not something that's going to happen every game. I can tell you that.
Well, they better be calm, cool, and collective today because they're going to be taking on Chris Pride, who was just named the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Player of the Week, coming off a great performance. I was going up and down their numbers. You got 4 guys in double figures, and they may not necessarily be a really deep team, but their first 6 or 7 or 8 kids they can get after. When you look at the film and taking a look, and Tony is in a situation where he started this program, so it's been right from the beginning, so he totally gets it, and they've really done a formidable job during his short time there and since the program began. What concerns you with Pride and the Cougars?
They're a really concerning team for us just because, they play so hard, and they have guys that are locked in and engaged every possession. They're going to put pressure on us in the full court and the half court, which is something we've struggled with. And again, I think it'll be good for us. I still, just little things like completing passes, making direct passes, not throwing floaters, deflections, using ball fakes, just being smart and solid. But also attacking. I think the best way to handle pressure is to attack it. And I want our guys to play with aggressiveness. We play fast. We score a lot of points, and we've got guys that can make some plays. But what'll be interesting to me tonight, what I'm looking to see out of our guys, is we're going to have some other guys have to step up and make plays with the ball. The Jared Deharts, the Grant Galons, the Keontae Jenkins will have to handle pressure in the full court a little bit. Obviously, number 3, Cruz is really good at it. But we're going to have some other guys. Gavin Rassler, Nate Ertz might have to handle it a little bit in the full court. So I'm interested to see how we do that. And, we're going to have some turnovers. We're going to have some tough times in the game. How do we respond to that? I'm really looking forward to seeing it out of our guys.
The Jaguars 2-9 all time against the Crossroads League. That's what's on tap here tonight. Steve Draven's been joining us. We'll be back with more Pilots basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports. You can buy technology from anyone, but Qubit Networks is the difference you have been looking for. They strive to provide highly innovative solutions to your unique technology needs. Qubit Networks is passionate about you, and they are dedicated to make your purchase a great experience that you will never forget. For more information on Qubit Networks, 219-324-9900, or visit them on the web at www.qubitnet.com. That's QUBITNET.com. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for these two institutions. First of all, Governor State comes in averaging 84 points a game, giving up 81. They've been out-rebounded by their foes, 39-37. They're shooting 72% from the charity stripe, 45% from the field, 35% from long range, averaging 13 turnovers, 15.5 assists, 9 steals, and 1.5 block shots per ballgame. They're number 7 in the country in turnover margin at 5.2. Now the Bethel Pilots come in averaging 96 points a game, giving up 82.5. They're out-rebounding their opponents, 44-36. They're shooting 70% from the charity stripe, 48% from the field, 38% from beyond the arc. They're averaging 19 assists, 13 turnovers, 8 steals a game, and 2 block shots. This is a Pilot team that's number 3 in the country in scoring, number 4 in defensive rebounding per game, number 5 in assists per game, number 8 in three-point field goals made per game, number 8 in total rebounds a game, number 13 in assist-to-turnover ratio, and number 17 in offensive rebounds, and finally, number 20 in total rebound margin. And, Mark, as you alluded to, the Pilots have not only owned the numbers statistically, but they have been able to beat every team on the ledger thus far, going 11-0, whereas the Jaguars are 7-4 on the campaign.
Yeah, and that's the one that worries me. You want your team to lose at some point, and you'd rather lose a non-conference game here and get refocused before break. But, man, I love the energy. You always talk about energy pregame, Paul, and from the time I walked in the gym 45 minutes ago, these guys are ready to play. They've been waiting to play. They're anxious to play. And I don't know. If they play the way that they're warming up, we're in for a good performance tonight from the Pilots.
All right, taking a look at what's going on in the Crossroads League here tonight. Not a lot going on, obviously. But some interesting things happened last night because second-ranked Indiana Wesleyan lost in double overtime to Madonna University. Keep in mind the Pilots beat Madonna to start the season. And so that's a good win for Madonna. That should catapult that team from the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference back into the top 25 on the next go-around. And obviously, East-West was able to succumb easily to Huntington. And, of course, Grace had their winning streak snapped against San Diego Christian last night, 78-74. The games today, Taylor's on the road at Southeastern University. That game is now a final.
Yep.
Looks like Southeastern. Donnie Smith, of course, our former teammate, is the sports information director down there. That's 88-75. That will drop Taylor now to 8-6 on the season. And they are now away from home court. They are now at 4-2, respectively. And elsewhere going on in the Crossroads League tonight, Spring Arbor, 15th ranked team in the country, is up at William Jessup University for all the details. And, of course, we'll get into some of the standings as well as the CCAC stuff as time permits. Let's go on over to the living legend here at the broadcast table. Keith Katesky with all the details. Double K is going to take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's contest between the Jaguars of Governors State University and your Bethel University Pilots. Bethel University welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to tonight's contest. As a member of the NAIA, we are proud to be participants in the Champions of Character initiative. We ask each of you to help create a positive, fun, and competitive environment by showing respect for one another. Fans, on behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel University, please enjoy tonight's game. At this time, we'd ask that you please rise and kindly remove your caps as Bethel University women's lacrosse head coach Jeremy Brown leads us in tonight's opening prayer.
God, we thank you for the blessings you have given us, and we are grateful for the chance to compete tonight to honor and glorify you. We ask you to watch over these athletes and keep them safe, and give them the ability to use their talents you have bestowed on them to their fullest. In your name we pray. Amen.
And now, fans, if you'll please remain standing as we honor America and those who serve and protect our great country with the playing of tonight's Star-Spangled Banner. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium. Here on the campus of Bethel University, this is the Y-Camp Center. Thank you for attending tonight's men's basketball matchup between the Jaguars of Governors State University and your Bethel University Pilots. And now let's meet the starters for the visiting Jaguars from Governors State. At guard, a 6'2 freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 4, Peyton Harley. Also at guard, a 6'1 senior from Chicago, Illinois, wearing number 5, Chris Pride. At forward, a 6'6 junior from Peoria, Illinois, number 10, DeAndre Robinson II. At guard, a 6'4 senior from Mokina, Illinois, number 25, Justin Shorek. And at forward, a 6'7 senior from Chicago, Illinois, wearing number 31, Armoni Shorter. Head coach for the Jaguars is Tony Bates, assisted by Rick Ramelli, Aubrey Volius, and Walter Fisher III. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bethel University fans of all ages, Y-Camp wackos, let me hear you. Here is the starting lineup for your Bethel University Pilots. At guard, a 6'0 junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 3, Travion Cruz. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Niles, Michigan, wearing number 13, Gavin Rassler. At guard, a 6'0 sophomore from Trafalgar, Indiana, number 22, Jared DeHart. At center, a 6'8 freshman from Monrovia, Indiana, wearing number 25, Maxwell Newman. And at guard, a 6'5 junior from Crown Point, Indiana, number 30, Grant Galen. Bethel coaches are Mark Holsgrove, Alex Daniel, and Will Abbott. Managers are Elijah Andrews and Micah Gabler. And the head coach of your Pilots in his first season, a 2004 Belmont graduate, is none other than Steve Draven. And fans, introducing tonight's officials. Tonight's men in stripes are Stephen Mozingo, Tarek Lucas, and Sean Stopinski.
All right, there are all the details and then some, ladies and gentlemen. Pilots, gray shorts, gray jerseys, blue numbers, and trimmed in white. Bethel written in white on the front. Jaguars decked out black shorts, black jerseys. The numbers are white, trimmed in orange. All of the Jags have orange gym shoes, as they'll be moving from left to right on your screen. The Pilots will be moving from right to left. 7-4 Jaguars, 11-0 Pilots here in a non-league matchup. Bethel wins the opening tip. They'll have the ball in the half-court set.
One of my favorite officials, Steve Mozingo, throwing up the opening toss.
There's a pass inside to Newman. Newman is going to back it in, goes strong to the goal, missed the shot. Rebound tracked down by Armani Shorter. Newman with a good look, just didn't finish.
Yeah, good strong move, but no Pilots inside the three-point line trying to rebound. Here's a
long three-point shot from the top here by Armani Shorter, only his 5th of the year. Governor State a 3-0 leader.
Took advantage of the wide-open shot right away to give them that open momentum. Good job by the Jaguars.
Now with the basketball, Galen at the top comes now here to DeHart, comes around a high side screen. Elbow right, now back to Galen, quickly now here to Rassler. Rassler travels, no call, back to Cruz. Loads up the 3 and ties up the ball game at 3-3 at the 19-10 mark.
Yeah, I see you and I'll match you, says Travion Cruz.
Cruz now with his 30th three-point basket of the year, and just like that, it is a Cruz who became the first player in the Bethel men's basketball program to become an NAIA Player of the Week twice in the same season. Now here's Cruz with the basketball at the top of the ring now. Loads up the 19-footer and knocks it down.
And we're a third of the way through that season only, right?
Yes. And just like that, Cruz 5, Jags 3.
Good matchup between Cruz and Pride here. Pride with the turnover last possession.
Here's a jump pass inside, low post. Missing the opportunity was Shorter, but turns, shoots the shot, no good. And then Newman grabs the rebound. Up court quickly now, Jared DeHart. DeHart flares to the right side, hands it off to Rassler. Quick tricker, no good. Rebound, Galen tries to track it down, but he can't because Justin Sioric is there. Up court quickly on the breakout. Here's Pride knifing through the lane. Goes inside to the low post, off-balance left-handed shot mark. I think it was.
That was Robinson.
Robinson the third.
You had the double.
Tied 5-5.
Yeah, you had the double screen between Coach Draven and the official there being the brick wall for you.
Here's Rassler coming out here to DeHart, back to Cruz on the far wing. Now to Galen, lobs it inside, now to Newman, and he finishes on the right block. 7-5, Max Newman, the first Pilot other than Cruz knocked to score.
That's a tough pass. I thought he had a little too much on it. Maxwell made a great catch and finish.
With the basketball, Harley here on the near wing, comes back out to the top to Pride. Chris surveys the situation, angles the dribble to the far wing, matched up against Cruz. Comes around a high side screen from Robinson, and he throws it away.
Thought he got away with the travel before the pass there. He got that step and a half, which is fine if you're going up to shoot, but then he turned to throw the ball and threw it out of bounds.
Well, with that triple team down low, that was the only way to get it over to Robinson. That's the only way you're going to score on that play.
Here's DeHart with the walk now. By the way, Luke Schrock joining us here today. Luke, a member of our broadcast team, has been interning. Here's Jared DeHart with a long three-point shot. Good. 10-5 Pilots. DeHart.
Good to see him back healthy, and he was aggressive with shooting against Taylor early in that game.
Here is Crenshaw going inside of the low post. Off-balance shot on the way, no good. Rebound, Rassler got beat inside. And Steve has become Paul Condry's new wall in front of him.
Yeah, we might have to send the Pilots down to the other end because it was easy to get upset at the opposing coaches for being in the way, but it's tough to get mad at Steve. He's such a nice guy.
And to the charity stripe, Armani Shorter, who transferred in from Indiana University Northwest, playing his 10th game of the season, as he's able to convert here, making it a 10-6 contest here at the 17:09 mark. Shelter, a 32% shooter from the field, and now 3 for 5 at the line. 10-6 in favor of the Pilots now. Here's Cruz at the top. Looks for help, goes to Galen on the far wing. Grant on the drive. Inside, lays it up, no good. Galen tries to track down the rebound, but it was hauled out of there by Robinson the third. Up court quickly on the drive. Here's a shot from the right block, no good by Crenshaw. Now here's Dehart pushing it up. Gives it off to Cruz. Cruz, 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of Newman. His shot off the rim, no good. Shorter the rebound.
Travion was calling for that ball from the time he crossed half court. It's a good find there, but he's aggressive early tonight too. I like that.
And pass inside of the far baseline. Robinson will spin against Newman and finishes with the left hand on the left side, making it a 10-8 ball game. Jags within 2 now.
Yeah, Max took one to the face there, I think, on that spin move. You know Robinson's going to go back to the left. That's obvious early on.
Here's Rassler going inside now to Max Newman. Newman is going to spin inside, lost his footing, and Galen saves the day. Now here's Dehart. Jared Dehart with that strong right-hand dribble. Crosses over now here at the top, inside to Newman. Newman leans in with the left hand and scores, making it 12-8. Max Newman with his second field goal, and the Pilots lead by 4.
Good job of using the body down low to give him that open left-handed look. Other than that, he was going one-on-one with a guy just his size.
Here's a jump shot from long range here from Robinson, no good. And here come the Pilots, a 12-8 leader.
I had him. Good read. He saw Maxwell running the opposite. He just put too much on that pass.
And the media timeout coming our way here. Once again, our coverage of college basketball today being presented in part by our friends at Beef O'Brady's. But before I tell you about that, or before Mark tells you, I want to thank our friends at State Farm Insurance, our main man, Eric Gunther. Think about the people who really get you, like your favorite sportscaster who needs to know that he needs wings with extra spice.
So many working adults work long and hard to get where they are, but they're stalled. That 4-year degree you worked so hard to earn isn't getting you where you were born to be.
Now for the Pilots, the youngster who came in from Belgrade, Yugoslavia, and also checking the game will be Tawan Keith, the youngster that transferred in from Lake Michigan Community College, and he's a 6'10", 260-pound sophomore. Now here's Pride back at the top, jump pass to the far side to Sawark, and now gives over here to Crenshaw. Crenshaw comes around a high side screen, angles here to the right side, not a Pride. Pride into the low post area. Here to Robinson. Robinson, jump pass to the far side. Seoric, 3-point shot, good. And for Seoric, on the season now, his 27 triple. Pilot needs to know he's a shooter.
Yeah, he's got more threes than anybody else on his team. And as soon as he caught the ball, Coach Draven put his hands out like, what are we doing? Like, there's one guy on the floor you have to find.
Galen with a long three, good. 15-11, Grant Galen, who's one of the top three-point shooters in the country. Matter of fact, number 6 in the country in three-point field goals per game at 3.9. Offensive foul called on the Pride, and then a turnover will give Bethel the basketball.
Called that one on Crenshaw off the ball. So Crenshaw picks up his first, but yeah, unlike the Pilots where you got to find Galen, you got to find Cruz, you got to find Keontae Jenkins, you got to find DeHart. They got one shooter on the floor. Everybody needs to know where Seoric's at.
15-11 Pilots here now as Cruz is matched up against Crenshaw now here into the half-court set. Comes right a high side screen, flares out. Now back out here to Gavin Rassler. His triple is good.
And you got to find him.
18-11, Gavin Rassler knocking down the triple, his 24th of the year, and at the 14-22 mark, the Pilots have their largest lead of the contest at 18-11. Here's Seoric with the basketball inside of the low post now here to Dillard. Quincy Dillard with a shot, knocking it down. 18-13 in favor of the Pilots. 14:07 to go here in the first half of play.
Pilots 4 of 6 from downtown, 3 of 6 inside the line.
Here's Cruz, 3-point shot on the far wing, good. 21-13. The Pilots with their 5th triple of the night.
Travion with 8 now, 9?
9.
Yep, 9.
Yep, three-point baskets. There's a pass inside to the low post now here to Dillard. Dillard with a skip pass over here to Siorik. Siorik with the triple, no good. Rebound into the hands of Cruz. Up court quickly now. Here's Keontae Jenkins for a 3, no good. Ball deflect off one of the Jags, and it'll be Bethel basketball. Our coverage of Bethel basketball today being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. I want to thank the Gates Automotive Group for their longtime support of our coverage of Bethel sports. 21-13 Pilots. Here's Cruz on the near side wing looking. Backing out of harm's way. He's going to come off a screen from the left wing. And now he'll on the dribble, and a blocking foul whistled on Lamar Crenshaw, the youngster who did his prep work up at Manley Career Academy in Chicago.
It's going to be his team second.
And now Rassler will inbound the ball on the near sideline, comes out high to Cruz. And now into the corner now to Keontae Jenkins. Back out to the top to Dehart. Dehart, shot no good. Philippe Segota with the rebound, taps it out. And Segota and Cruz collide. And back the other way with a dunk. Off the play, was it Pride?
Pride with the thunder dunk with the left hand.
He's been silent all game. That's his first few points that he's come up with, and it's none other but a huge slam.
Here is Rassler with a wide open triple, good, and a traveling call on Gavin Rassler.
So that's a call where he hopped into it, but everybody does it these days, unfortunately. I mean, you could call that every possession, I feel like.
And now on the floor is Nathan Ayers. The first time we've called on the former Valparaiso standout.
And remember against Taylor, every time Ertz touched the ball, head down, attack the baskets. We'll see if that carries over to tonight.
Here's Siorik with the basketball here near side, guarded by Jenkins. Comes around an elbow screen, spins it back here to the near side to Robinson. His off-balance shot, good job by Philippe Segota to take away the drive.
Yeah, there was contact there, but it was all initiated by Robinson. Segota stayed straight up.
Here's Keontae Jenkins at the top, drives down the lane and finishes. No, here's Philippe Segota tapping it into the corner where Pride was there. Up court quickly now. Here's Siorik on the drive inside.
Good hands.
And Keontae Jenkins knocked it off Siorik.
And not surprised to see Keontae matched up against their shooter.
Nathan Ayers will inbound the basketball as Philippe Segota.
Silly rule. Nathan has to roll his armband down, though, because it has an Under Armour logo on it or something, so we have to cover that up because that's important. I don't understand some of the rules that we deal with around here, man. Really?
Here's Dehart now into the half-court set, gives it off now to Ertz. Ertz just...
That's not a charge. Oh, come on.
So the charge called against Nathan Ertz. Now, that was something they probably easily looked at on the film.
And I agree, but Pride was sideways. And that's what Steve's saying. Yeah, Ertz, if Pride stays straight up, I think it's a great call. It's an easy call. But he turned sideways because he knew he was going to get run over by a Mack truck.
Peyton Harley with the basketball. Comes near side to Siorik. Wrap around to the low post now to Dillard. And they're going to call a foul on Nathan Ertz, who didn't move his feet.
Yeah, it's an easy call there. It's 2 quick ones on Ertz.
That will be the third foul on the Pilots collectively as a group. The visitors from Illinois have 2 whistled on them. Still at this point in time. Now checking into the ballgame for the Pilots for the first time, Dylan Sheehy, the 6'1", 195-pound junior, will check in for Jared Dehart. So on the floor, it's Rassler, Sheehy, along with Cruz, Keontae Jenkins, and Philippe Segota.
Coach Bates said, I had hair like that 30 years ago when Sheehy checked in.
Pride with the crossover. Drives down the lane. Scores. Nice play by Pride. 21-17 here. 2 unanswered baskets by Pride.
If Rassler falls down on that, it's a charge, but he jumped up and took the contact, so they let it go as a no call.
Here's Cruz in the corner on the drive. Stops. Jump pass out to Sheehy. Dillon, 3, rattles it home.
I don't think I'm alone thinking I'd rather Travion shoot a 4-footer than Sheehy from 20 feet, but the way the Pilots are shooting tonight, why not?
Only his 4th triple of the year, and it comes here at the 11:20 mark. 24-17 Pilots. Siorik drives baseline, Shovels it over here. And on the drive, pass out here to the near side to Harley. Harley launches the triple and buries it. 24-20.
Good quick ball movement to get the three-pointer. I mean, it was easy, it was wide open, and they were quick about it. It was good ball movement by the Governor State.
Talked about it warming up in pregame.
Here's Keontae Jenkins at the top, stops, launches the three-point shot, no good. Rebound ripped out of there nicely by Quincy Dillard, the former Chicago Morgan Park star. Here's Pride with the basketball, stopping, popping, and Dylan Sheehy with the rebound. Sheehy on the push-out from right to left into the half-court set now. Rassler, top of the circle now to Cruz. Back to Keontae Jenkins. KJ looks for the pass inside to Segota. Philippe's going to drive. Right-handed hook. Good. 26-20. Philippe Segota with the field goal. His first of the night. The big fella. The 6'7", 210-pound freshman getting the job done. Our coverage today being presented in part by our friends at First Source Bank. First Source Bank is excited about hiring Bethel students and alumni too. Check out your partners from the First at www.firstsource.com. First Source Bank, proud supporter of Bethel University Athletics.
Pilots shooting 9 of 18 early on, 7 assists on those 9 baskets.
And once again, the biggest lead for the Pilots in this one was at 18-11. The biggest lead for the Jaguars of Governor State was a +3 at 3-0. As we get ready to get back to live play, it'll be Newman, Rassler, along with Cruz, Keontae Jenkins, and Dylan Sheehy on the floor. The Pride will come back and return with Harley. He'll also be joined out there by DeAndre Robinson. In addition to that, it'll be Seoric on the floor, Quincy Dillard, and finally, the legendary Chris Pride wearing jersey number 5.
And they did adjust the scoring. Cruz 8 points as that second shot he made was a 2-pointer. Turnover.
Peyton Harley throws one right through the wickets of Chris Pride. And the Pilots with a 6-point lead. Here's a pass inside. Ill-advised pass and a rare mistake for Cruz. Here's a pass deep right corner. Seoric for 3. No good. Rebound into the hands of Newman on the quick out. Here is Sheehy. Sevels it into the corner to Jenkins. Jenkins inside to Newman. Missed the shot. Ball's on the floor. And here's Dylan Sheehy going after it. And it's knocked out of bounds by Pride, excuse me.
Good hustle by Pride, diving on the floor.
And substitutions as Cruz and Jenkins come out of the ball game, and Galen returns along with Dehart. And here's Dehart with the basketball near wing.
Crenshaw playing with 2 fouls, guard Dehart.
And now here to Sheehy. Sheehy lobs it inside now to Newman. Newman on the double team. I believe they're going to whistle that one on Robinson. No, check
Dillard.
that. That'll be on Dillard, the other part of the sandwich. Third foul whistled on the Jags. And it'll be Sheehy to inbound the ball underneath his own goal. Waits for a curl. Here is a wide open Grant Galen for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound up court quickly. Here's Seoric tracking down the pass. Driving with a shot, no good. Rebound tipped up and around, and finally Dehart. A little Euro step there by Seoric.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground on that.
Here's Dehart at the top now. Goes now here to Rassler. Rassler 3, way off the rim, no good. Rebound. Dehart lost the handle on it, and Peyton Harley on the push out. To Seoric, lobs it inside, ball deflected by Rassler. Back to Seoric for a wide open 3. Shot no good. Dylan Sheehy the rebound. Here's Sheehy over the timeline now into the forecourt. Drives, gives it out here to Newman, back to Dehart. Dehart back inside to Newman, fakes, and a foul whistled on Quincy Dillard.
It's gotten sloppy here in the last couple minutes.
It's been terrible basketball the last 3 minutes.
What was the timeout score?
The 24-20. It was 26-20.
Yeah,
at the 10-16 mark.
Yeah, and here we are a minute and a half later, and we are still foul on Dillard. That's his second. Yeah, it's just been a sloppy minute and a half, 2 minutes here coming out of that timeout.
Dehart hands it off now to Galen. Galen back to Dehart. Dehart back out to Sheehy to Galen. Grant with the jab step. Back to Jared Dehart. Now comes back here to Sheehy. Looking for some help. Lobs it inside now to Newman. Newman missed the shot inside. He needs to just turn and square.
Well, I think he was under the basket. We have bad angle over here, but it looked like he got led too far by Dillon. So he's
Harley with the basketball. Now Peyton with the crossover just beats Dehart off the dribble. Now to a wide open Crenshaw, and Crenshaw knocks down the triple, making it a 26-23 ball game. Pilots by 3 at the 8:17 mark. Here is Galen with the drive and the score.
That's the way to get it back, get out, run the floor before the defense gets set up. They're high-fiving the three-pointer. You're scoring a layup.
With the basketball now here is Lamar Crenshaw. Crenshaw foul line extended left, hands it off to Pride. Pride with the jab step, backs it out of harm's way. He directs traffic. Now will come around the screen, drives inside, and he scores. Nice power move inside by Pride. He's got 3 field goals now.
Yeah, a lot of contact there. Should have probably gotten an and one.
7:44 to go. Here's Sheehy on the drive down the lane. Scores the layup, making it 30-25. 7:37 to go.
There's times where we see scoring like this and you say, is it great offense or bad defense? Those last 2 have been bad defense.
Oh, nice ball reversal here by Crenshaw to the goal. No good.
Look out.
Galen with the rebound. Now Dehart on the push out.
He's got Galen behind him.
Grant Galen back to Dehart. Back to a wide open Grant Galen. 3 bucket.
Yeah.
33-25. You cannot allow him to get his feet set.
It's a great pass by Dehart, recognizing that he's got the best shooter on the team wide open out there.
Here's Chris Pride with the basketball on the far side wing. He's going to come around a screen, flares into the corner. Now back to the right side, now here to Shorter. Shorter launches the triple, no good. And now here's Dehart. Cross courts it here to Galen. Now Rassler traveled again. That's the second time Rassler's been whistled for a triple. He needs to put the ball on the floor. 33-25 our score here at the intermission, or check that, at the media timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
Discover better banking at Teachers Credit Union. More than 300,000 already have. They know better banking means better rates on savings, loans, and mortgages. And being
Someone once said, the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. What are you going to do with your opportunities and gifts that God has given you? The choice is yours. So choose your path. Do what you know needs to be done in order to become what you have always wanted to be. Whether that means the head of a marketing campaign, head of a financial account, or even the CEO of your own company. Take action and prepare yourself to meet the ever-changing business landscape head-on. The knowledge and resources to do so are at your fingertips. All you have to do is reach out. Learn what it means to be a leader in your business or nonprofit ventures at Bethel University. We're helping you on your own path to success is business as usual.
Coach Mark Gardner, Luke Schrock, Tiny County with all the details upstairs. Coach, your thoughts here early?
Besides the fact that Mark Polsgrove has the best tie that we've seen on a Bethel assistant in many years, Pilots playing well, shooting well, passing the ball. 13 made buckets, 7 of 13 from downtown, but 9 assists on those 13 buckets.
Now with the basketball, Sterling Fields, who just checked in. Sterling started 4 games for his team so far this year's Pride with a drive down the lane, and he goes high and scores the easy field goal. 33-27, the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Player of the Week with a nice-looking drive there.
Yeah, he's 4 of 5 from the field now. He's just tough. He can knock down the jumper, he'll beat you to the basket.
Cruz, 18-foot shot, goes in and out, no good. Rebound, ripped out of there by the big man, Tawan Keith. Back out here now, Fields. Fields hands it off now here. Dylan Sheehy with a great lead, Andy. Sheehy on the drive, finishes with the reverse land, making it 35-27. Nice play by Dylan.
Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Governor State had Robinson open on the post, and they didn't get him the ball, and they turned it over and go the other way for a quick 2.
How about Dylan Sheehy with 3 field goals in the first half, one of them a triple.
Yeah, knocked down the triple, but then he's attacked the basket twice.
Here's Pride with a pass inside of the low post now to Robinson. Back out to Pride. Pride finishes with the right hand.
And one.
And he was fouled. 35-29. 5:41 to go here in the first half of play, and an opportunity here to get the Jags within 5.
Yeah, it's a good drive, good finish. He's knocked down a triple. He's had a dunk. He's finished with the left hand. He's now finished with the right hand, leading the way for his team.
Well, that's also the second time in 3 straight possessions where Bethel let go an easy layup down the lane. They have to do a better job of clogging down low.
And here's the shot, no good on the and one. And now with the basketball, Dehart on the far side wing right. Lobs it inside now to Philippe. Philippe hit from behind by the big man, Keith. And now here's Siorek losing the handle on it. Unforced error, and the Pilots will take it back.
I love the fact that not only did Keith get the block shot, but he sprinted down the floor, and that's where the turnover happened. He was woohooing and calling for the ball, and Siorek looked up and dribbled it off his foot there. But love big fellas that play on both ends of the floor and run the floor like that.
Here's Travion Cruz with the basketball, giving it off to Sheehy. Back to Cruz. Cruz on the jab step, gives it off to Dehart. Wide open triple, in and out, no good. Siorek the rebound. Justin Siorek over the timeline now. Bounce pass to the far side now to Crenshaw. Crenshaw comes around a screen. Still on the dribble now. Crenshaw looking. Goes baseline now here to Siorek. Justin Siorek. There's a pass inside to the low post now to Robinson. Shot no good. A rebound. Keith fouls it up. And they're going to call a foul on the Pilots inside.
He switched pivot feet before he got hammered. He did get hammered, but I thought he stepped right and then stepped left and went up and took one on the head there from the big fella.
And that will send to the charity stripe to Juan Keith, a 60% free throw shooter.
2 fouls on Segota.
The Pilots in the paint been average.
14-12. Governor State leads points in the paint right now.
Yep. Free throw good, making it 35-30. Now here at the 4:49 mark.
Both teams with 15 rebounds, 2 offensively for Bethel, 1 for Governor State. So both teams taking care of limiting their opponent to 1 shot.
Segota exit stage right, and Newman back in. Second free throw rattles around and in. And now it's a 35-31 game.
You did not look like a 60% foul shooter on those two. Knock those down next.
Here's Newman at the left elbow. Will drive down the right side of the lane, and he'll finish with the right hand. 37-31.
It's sloppy right there. Oh, and of course, look who ends up with it.
Yeah, here's an easy tip in by DeAndre Robinson, and then there's a steal back to Pride, and they score back-to-back field goals. Terrible play by the Pilots.
Yeah, and I hate even calling that a steal. All he did was catch the pass that he threw right at him.
2-point ball game. Pilots by 2. Here's Galen. Long 3-point shot, perfect. 40-35 when he's in that groove on like this now, Mark.
Yeah, he's feeling pretty good.
5-point Pilot lead. Here's Pride with the basketball, matched up by Sheehy. Sheehy gives away out here to his defensive counterpart over here at Cruz, and now Siorek's on the drive. Pull-up shot from 14, no good. And Siorek grabbed the rebound. Back out here to Crenshaw. Crenshaw is calling for some help. Drives baseline. Fadeaway 14-footer, no good. Rebound, Cruz. Nope, check that. Cruz tips it, Galen. And now here's Sheehy on the push-out. Sheehy over here to Newman. Newman, 3, terrible shot. Ball's on the floor. Sheehy's going after it. And we have a timeout, Governor State. 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in this first half of play. Bethel a lead at 40-35. Our coverage of high school and college sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Luke Strach hanging out with us here tonight at Mike Lightfoot Court.
Paul, we had a flop warning during that timeout, and I believe they called it on Crenshaw. And so if you're unfamiliar with that rule for our listeners, what that means is anytime anybody from this point forward in Governor State gets called for a flop, it is a technical foul, 1 shot plus the ball. So even though Crenshaw was assessed the warning, it now applies to the entire team.
with the basketball now. Chris Pride, foul line extended left, goes inside to the low post, and Galen got beat off the dribble like he was a statue.
And that's, everybody knows that he can shoot like there's no tomorrow, but he has to defend on this end.
DeAndre Robinson, Mark, with a lightning quick step.
Yeah, you know he's going left, though. We said that, 2 minutes into the game, every time he gets it, he goes left, so give him space.
With the basketball now, Pride on the far side. Directing some traffic.
He's going to post up Cruz. He's going to spin baseline. Nope.
Back out here to the top now. Keith, three-point shot and missed it. A rebound into the hands of Keontae Jenkins. Jenkins with the drive down the right side of the lane. Shot blocked, but a foul whistle.
That's a tough call.
And with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go on the first half clock, Keontae Jenkins will go to the line.
And that's Crenshaw's third foul. That's a big call. And obviously I'm a Bethel fan, but I just don't like that. KJ was out of control and initiated all that contact. It's a good no call if you just let him play through that one.
Jenkins on the season, a 72% free throw shooter, knocks it down, making that a 41-35 Bethel lead.
And Crenshaw's body language says he's checked out right now, so see how he adjusts at halftime. But credit KJ for attacking the basket and forcing the officials to make the call.
KJ, who's been pretty solid when the game has been on the line, Mark.
He's solid. I've just been so impressed with him for the time he's shown up here on campus.
He's 4 for 5 inside 3 minutes to go in the game.
Here's a run and jump by the Pilots.
A drive down the left side of the lane, knocked away.
Doesn't do any good to run and jump, though, if you're going to let a guy catch the ball 20 feet from the basket and have a clear driving lane. Max was fortunate to get a swipe in there without contact.
Pilots up 7. Governor State basketball to the left of the lane on the inbound.
See if they throw the lob to the big fella here.
There's a pass out here on the perimeter now, Robinson. Ball in the hands of Harley. Harley, wrap around to the low post now. It's the cutter, Pride going down the lane, and he scores in a foul call. Dylan Sheehy a day late, $1 short.
Yeah.
But great movement by Pride off the ball.
That's just it. Dylan's face guarding him, which you have to do. He's that good of a player, but Pride just waited and cut. More importantly, his teammate saw him and rewarded him. That's just a great basket cut.
Making it 42-38 with the old-fashioned three-point play. And Pride, who didn't score his first field goal since at the 12:59 mark, has certainly changed that. Has scored 13 here in the last 12 minutes. Here's a spinner ramming to the goal. Shot way off the rim, and Galen tips it right through the 5-hole. Back out here, Cruz. Back to Galen. Long 30-footer. Good. 45-38. Galen at the 2:10 mark lights the lamp.
It's so hard to get a hand in his face with how much range he has. You know, it kind of have to have some adjustments on the outside.
Here's a baseline shot, an easy one for Robinson, making it 45-40.
Which way did he go, Paul?
He went to his left. Here's Jenkins here at the top. Gets back to Galen. Galen 3, good. 48-40. Galen.
5 of 6 from three-point range tonight. In the first half.
With a basketball, Pride gives up the dribble way out high here. Ball nearly stolen away.
Good hustle,
by Grant Galen. Sheehy checks out of the game. Rassler will check back in. Dehart checks back in. And Galen will check out.
I feel like he's hot.
And now to inbound, it'll be Peyton Harley.
I think he could make it from where he's sitting right now, the way he's
Harley
shooting.
Comes out here now to Pride, and Pride engages the offense here at the 45-foot mark near side. Now here's Pride matched up against Cruz. Going to come out 1-4 high here, Mark. The ball to Siorik. Siorik.
Oh, he just double dribbled.
Oh, yes, he did.
Did he forget that I don't know if he forgot that he dribbled. Because he's asking Steve Mazingo what he did, but yeah, he clearly dribbled, pump faked, and dribbled.
And with 1:15 to go, Galen comes back into the game now.
Coach agrees with me that he's hot. Just took him a second to remember it.
And now to inbound on the far side will be Rassler. Gives now here to Jared Dehart.
If you're Seoric, you don't help side defense anything. You just stare in Grant Gaylor's eyes the entire possession, or Galen's eyes.
Here's Cruz here on the near side wing. Now finds Dehart to a wide open Rassler. Rassler three, good. 51-40. Pilots match their largest lead here at the 56-second mark.
And that's what happens when everybody's so focused on where's Galen at. Everybody's talking, pointing, and Rassler pops out for a wide open triple.
Here's Pride with a triple. Good, he answered the call right back. 51-43, 41 seconds to go. Here's Cruz with a drive. Rebound put up and in by Newman. 53-43.
For a delayed fast break, that was like a delayed putback. He got the rebound, and everybody in the gym was waiting for him to go back up with it. He got there eventually.
He's in super slow-mo.
So Tyler Brown, let me think what I wanted. Yep, okay, I'll go up and score.
With the basketball now, Pride here is going to finish out the half here.
Yeah, who do you think's getting the last shot, Paul?
Here is Pride matched up against Cruz, crosses him over. Nice job by Newman to take away the driving lane. Ball into the hands of Harley. Into the corner, Seoric. Seoric with the three, good with 3 seconds to go.
Bad defense, can't lose him.
53-46. And
just leaves a bad taste in your mouth as a coach leaving. That's what Travion's saying right now. Grant, you can't leave the shooter. So one guy you can't leave.
53-46. We'll grab a headset there and get some thoughts here from Mark Paulsgrove. Mark, first of all, Coach Gardner, of course, he is the fashion expert here at Regional Radio Sports. Wants to comment about the beautiful tie. Tanya, if you can you zoom in there on Coach Paulsgrove beautiful tie? How about that pink and blue?
I can't pull that off, but I said other than your tie, man, the only thing better than your tie is the way the Pilots are shooting so far tonight. I love it, man.
Sorry about this tie. I got it in Florence, Italy.
I love it. I can't pull it off, but I love it.
Okay, first of all, let's just talk about, we know where the shooters are at. On multiple occasions, you guys have found situations where Justin Seoric as well as Chris Pride have hurt you offensively. So guys have got to get out. And also situation, Mark, we were talking about this, is we know the guy's driving left, so get over there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think we have had some mental lapse defensively. But the one thing I can say is our guys are playing really hard defensively, and they have some really good guards that have really quick first steps, which is hard to guard, obviously. So
we both noticed the energy was high when we came in the gym with the team going through warm-ups, and that certainly carried over to the game. Offensively, things are going great, right?
Yeah. I liked our intensity to start the game. I feel like, they had a couple guys that we were expecting to play who aren't here, so I think that also gave them a little bit of a jolt, just because they feel like they have a chip on their shoulder with a couple starters out and that stuff.
All right, give us a quick thought here on, you've got to like the way Travion Cruz is when he comes out looking for a shot initially. That's always a good thing, and then everybody else kind of fell in place.
Yeah, Cruz got us going. I think, what did he have, 8 points in the first 5 minutes or something like that. Then they started taking him away, doubling him full court. Not letting him catch the ball, and then people like Grant Galen and Jared Dehart hit a three, and Dylan Sheehy got to the rim a couple times. So been pleased with other guys contributing other than Cruz.
All right, go in there and make some adjustments, okay?
Thank you.
All right, once again, special thanks to Mark Paulsgrove for joining us here at the intermission. Our coverage continues here live from Bethel. Pilots 53-46 leaders at the break. Serving Indiana residents since 1985, Centier Bank remains committed to supporting students, schools, and families. Centier Bank is a proud sponsor of the Regional Radio Sports Network Performer of the Week in recognition of outstanding athletes. Visit Centier.com today to view this week's featured athlete. Centier Bank, member FDIC. Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and the proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple.
For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul County, Mark Gardner, along with Luke Schrock, Tiny County with all details. Our coverage of Bethel Sports being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. Once again, during Gates Holiday Credit Event, drive away in your new or used vehicle today, and you won't have to make a payment until March of 2020. Now through December 31st at any of the 5 Gates Automotive locations. Check out over 1,000 vehicles like the 2017 Chevy Malibu for just $11,988 or a Toyota RAV4 for just $7,988. Stop by and grab some candy canes at Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy World, Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, or Gates Advantage. For more information, go to www.gatesautomotive.com. Before we go over to Mark for all the details in the first half, taking a look at what's going on in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference here today. Governor State, of course, here at 9th-ranked Bethel. 22nd-ranked Kaiser University is on the road at St. Xavier. St. Xavier right now sitting at 5-2 in the league play and 9-4 overall. Cardinal Stritch, which was the last team to beat the Bethel Pilots in the regular season back in 2011. Mark, Cardinal Stritch currently at 5-6, taking on St. Francis. St. Francis, of course, always one of the premier teams. A little down this year at 4-6, and then Robert Morris is at Judson. Robert Morris is 6-5. Judson coming into the game struggling at 2-10. And then finally, Olivet Nazarene University is at the University of Northern British Columbia. Take off, eh?
All righty then. It's a road trip. All right, first half stats.
Knock him down.
Visitors come in shooting 18 of 35, 51%, 6 of 12 behind the line, 50%, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 67%. They have 19 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. They have 11 assists to their 8 turnovers. Individually, Robinson, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. Shorter, 4 points, 4 rebounds, Hardly 3 points and a rebound. Chris Pride, just 8 for 10 from the floor, knocked down his only 3-pointer, 1 of 2 from the line. 18 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Justin Siork, 6 points, 3 rebounds, knocked down a big triple there as time expired in the first half. Crenshaw, 3 points, 1 rebound, but 3 fouls. Fields did not record a stat. Dillard, 2 points, 2 rebounds, 2 fouls. And Keith, the big fella, had 2 points, 3 rebounds. So only 5 fouls on Governor State in the first half, and they were shared between 2 players. For the Pilots, they shot 20 of 40, 50%, 11 of 19 behind the line, 58%. They hit both free throws. They also had 19 rebounds. They also had 4 on the offensive end. 13 assists, only 6 turnovers. Rassler, 2 of 4 from the floor, 6 points and a rebound. Newman, 4 of 10 from the field, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Cruz, 3 of 7, including a couple triples, 8 points, 2 rebounds. Jared DeHart, 1 of 3, 3 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. Grant Galen, 6 of 8 from the floor, 5 of 6 behind the line, 17 points, 6 rebounds. Dylan Sheehy, 3 of 3 from the floor, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Good 10 minutes of play. KJ, 0 of 3 from the floor, 2 points, 1 rebound. Nathan Ertz picked up 2 fouls in 57 seconds. And Segota, 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points, and a rebound.
Once again, we ask to join us tomorrow on 91.1 FM The Globe. Mark and I will be doing our first high school game. South Bend, Washington travels to Penn. Ryan Vargas' team in the middle of they're playing tonight, won last night. They're going to have 3 games in 3 nights, Mark. That's going back to the old-fashioned IHSA tournament days where you played 3 games in a week, and his gauntlet will continue tomorrow and should be a pretty even game. Looking at some of the things going into the game, both teams right around the 500 mark right now. It's certainly Penn, of course, a year ago where they were a dominant group. By the way, Drew Lutz, who had initially verbally committed to Bethel, not too bad in his first season at the college ranks, averaging just about 10 points a game for Incarnate Word down in Texas.
Coached by former Purdue Boilermaker from the region, Carson Cunningham.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick timeout, come back. We'll get some more thoughts. Luke Strock will be joining us here at the intermission. But once again, thanks for joining us here for the more of college basketball right here on Regional Radio Sports.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So, where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Think about how good it feels when people really get you. Like the friends who come over when the big game is on, the neighbors next door always bring your favorite buffalo dip. Your in-laws know your need for silence during those clutch plays, and everyone knows about your special post-win fist bump. It's kind of like having State Farm agent Eric Gunther. Eric is here to get to know you and to understand your life. And of course, Eric can help make it easy for you to protect what's important. Get an agent that gets you and your fist bumps. Call State Farm agent Eric Gunther today at area code 574-291-1597. That's area code 574-291-1597. Glad you could join us here. 53-46 here at the intermission. Mark, Luke, your thoughts on the first half. Luke, let me start with you.
Well, so far, Grant Galen has absolute amazing range from three-pointers. A couple of NBA range threes to end the half. It makes that so much harder to guard somebody when these from that far out, trying to not allow Travion Cruz to come in or Gavin Rassler to come in down low or down the lane, so you can kick it out to Galen for the three. It makes it a lot easier to score the threes, a lot easier to gain momentum, as you see with the 53-46 at the half.
You know, I feel like, I say this often, Paul, when we broadcast, if you eliminate the scoreboard, there's so many times we call a game and the game feels completely different than the scoreboard. I feel like the Pilots just flat out outplayed them, outshot them. And if there wasn't a scoreboard in the gym, if it was, a pickup game, I'd be going over to the scores table going, I'm assuming Bethel's up 15. And somebody would be looking at me going, no, actually it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, and I got that feeling the same way too, Mark. And it's one of those things we saw in the Taylor game. Played the same type of situation where, Pilots were comfortable. Next thing you know, once again, this team has absolutely no ability to put teams away.
Yeah, and it's Governor State ball coming out, so they come out and knock down a triple, and suddenly you went from, 10-point lead with 6 seconds to go in the half to you might be in a 4-point game, 30 seconds into the half.
It was an 11-point lead at the 56-second mark. So then you're in a situation where now you'll be able to come out and make some plays. But I thought that was some positive, some offensive production from Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe. It's good to see him get off the schneid. I think that, but once again, I think the bigs have needed to be able to finish. I thought Max Newman and Philippe Segota had opportunities inside to score. They did not. A couple unforced errors. I think by Rassler on the perimeter, a couple double dribbles or traveling. I mean, you got to eliminate those kind of mistakes if you're going to have long-term postseason success.
Only 6 turnovers, and you just mentioned 2 of them. And then you had the charge by Ertz, which I thought was a questionable call, but still. So 3 of your 6 turnovers right there. They shot 11 of 19 from three-point range, and I can think of 3 that were just bad, quick shots. Max Newman had a bad one late in the half that didn't need to pull. Rassler had a quick one early in the half. And so, when you only missed 8 and you can think about, well, that one was bad, they're probably not going to shoot 57% from three-point range this half, and so now you're going to have to play defense.
All right, we'll be back after this final timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
Manage your money like a pro with TCU. You can score big with the TCU Debit MasterCard that gives you cash back on everyday purchases. Plus, you'll win with access to hundreds of free ATMs across Indiana. Check out TCU's starting lineup of services to help you manage your cash and build your savings. Visit TCUnet.com to kick off your better banking experience. See TCU Debit MasterCard terms and conditions for details. Alliance 1.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Mark, some scores to pass along.
Spring Arbor 31, William Jessup 20. 5 seconds to go in the first half there. I could not get any Chicagoland Conference scores. I was trying to find those, and I don't see anything popping up on those, so I'll keep searching.
These two teams have played 3 common opponents: Holy Family, Cardinal Stritch, and IU South Bend. Governor State beat Holy Family by 20. The Pilots beat them by 12. Cardinal Stritch, the Pilots beat Cardinal Stritch by 7. And Governor State won by a +4. The big difference is the IU South Bend defeated Governor State by 6. And the Pilots beat IU South Bend by a +24. But once again, that IU South Bend game was the game where the Pilots
shot the
lights out.
Yeah.
They've had 3 or 4 games where they've done that. This certainly is one of those type of games. And once again, as we get ready to get back here in the second half, once again, our coverage being presented in part by our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. During Gates Holiday Credit Event, drive away in your new or used vehicle today, and you won't have to make a payment until March of 2020. Now through December 31st at any of the 5 Gates Automotive locations. Choose from 1,000 vehicles. Once again, the Gates Automotive Group. Stop by, pick up some candy canes at Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy World, Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, and of course Gates Advantage. For more information, www.gatesautomotive.com. And the legendary Bill Gates is in the house here today. Saw him. Certainly thank him for his support. On the floor for the Governor State Jaguars, who come in 7 wins and 4 losses overall. They're 4-3 in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. They away from their home court are 2-2. They're decked out in the black shorts, black jerseys, and of course with the orange and white trim. The numbers are white, trimmed in orange, and Governors written in italics on the front of the black jerseys. The Pilots, of course, decked out in the gray shorts, gray jerseys, the blue numbers trimmed in white, Bethel written in white on the front of the gray jerseys. So as we get underway, the Pilots will be going from left to right on your screen. The Jaguars from right to left, as the 9th-ranked and unbeaten Pilots will dig in on defense to get things going here. On the floor, it'll be Cruz, Rassler, Dehart, Newman, and Galen. And an illegal screen set up on Quincy Dillard.
It's going to be his 3rd foul. Well, they've got him for 2 here. Halftime stats that we had him with 3, had him with 2, but.
And now here's Dehart on the walk. Gives it over here now to Cruz. Cruz on the hard dribble, gives way now to Galen. Back to Dehart on the far wing. Dehart now to Cruz in the corner, back to Dehart. Dehart back to Cruz for a wide open look. Cruz shot no good, rebound Pride. Chris Pride up here to Justin Fiora. He shoots and misses the shot. And now here come the Pilots in transition. Dehart to Cruz. Back to Dehart for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound inside, a foul as Galen took it strong to the rack. DeAndre Robinson, the second, with the foul, and that will send the best free throw shooter in your program, certainly one of the 2. How about the free throw shooting? Cruz 89%, Galen 93%. And he just missed a free throw.
Yeah, he's 0 tonight. He's 5 of 6 from 25 feet from the bucket, but he is
a rare miss for number 30.
Even Grant has a little smile on his face like that doesn't happen very often.
Second free throw is no good. But there's the foul laid up and in by Max Newman.
It's a way to pick up a teammate right there, Maxwell.
Wow. 2 missed free throws for Grant Galen, but with that, makes it a 55-46 lead. Pride travel.
That's a missed opportunity for Governor State, too, by missing that box out on the sin.
Harley with the basketball now here, matched up by Dehart. Comes around the screen. Harley now to the baseline, now here to Robinson. Robinson with the left hand, no good. Newman the rebound. Now here's Cruz on the walk. Comes out here to Rassler. Rassler on the drive, he traveled again, no call. Here is Galen back inside to Newman, and he finishes from the right block, making it 57-46. And a timeout, Governor State, as Max Newman has scored a pair of field goals, and immediately Tony Bates wants to take a timeout here, Mark. Now, you got to be somewhat careful if you're him, because now you've only got 3 timeouts remaining, right?
Yeah.
Completed my undergraduate liberal arts degree and immediately jumped into the working world, eager to put what I had learned in school to use. I liked what I was doing, and I was good at it. Although I was doing well, I couldn't help but feel as if I wasn't truly succeeding. I knew I wasn't achieving my full potential. That's why I elected to do something about it. After researching programs at a few different schools, I decided to enroll in Bethel University's MBA program. Taught by leaders of their community, the program was intensive, and it pushed my understanding of business practices further. I gained practical skills in how to solve complex problems creatively. I learned how to generate new ideas and the positive impacts they can have not only on businesses, but also the surrounding communities. My education at Bethel University gave me the resources I needed in order to reach my full potential.
On the floor. Robinson will be joined out there by Peyton Harley. In addition to that, it's Tawan Keith. He'll also be out on the floor with Chris Pride and also Justin Sioric.
Galen with 7 rebounds now, and I like that last possession. Everybody's worried about his shooting, that he's able to find Newman on the dump off for the easy assist because everybody's focused on him.
Peyton Harley with the basketball.
Keep your hands off, Jared.
Comes out here to the near side, now here to Robinson.
There's a foul,
Robinson is fouled by Rassler.
Late whistle, but it's the right call.
Right. I was really surprised that Jared Dehart they were allowing him to have the hand check out there.
And that is one of those frustrations for me as a broadcaster, for a coach, that you can't let a guy put his hands on him. If you're going to do that, you got to let it go all the time, and you know it's going to get called in the half court, so you might as well call it in the full court.
Robinson, a 53% free throw shooter on the season, averages 13 points, 7 rebounds. And that free throw is ugly but good.
Yep. End result works, but that barely got over the rim. How about Crenshaw? 3 fouls first half. He's kind of their point guard, runs the show there. Haven't seen him here in the second half, and his body language that he checked out there in the first half.
Free throw.
Same result.
Good again.
Hey, whatever gets the job done, right?
I'm telling you, high release, very flat shot, but they both rolled in, touched every part of the rim.
Here's Cruz with the basketball, guarded by Pride. Comes now to Rassler. Rassler with a 3. Good. Off the assist from Cruz, making it 60. 48 Pilots with our largest lead is at 12 at the 18:03 mark.
12 triples tonight for the Pilots, 15
Oh, that's
assists.
a travel right there. Oh. Hey, what a catch in the first row.
He's pointing to him, too, saying, great pass, man.
Was that Storm Cook over there?
It's a good catch. Got to be ready to pull the trigger.
I look like Storm Cook of Holy Cross over there.
Sterling Fields checking in.
Now with the basketball now, here's Jared Dehart. Dehart.
Speaking of Holy Cross, I see a guy across the way from Holy Cross.
Yeah, Mike McBride, Tyler Bradick are in the house. Here's Rassler with a 16-foot shot, elbow right. Rebound.
Good play by
into
Pride.
the forecourt now. Robinson on the drive, finger roll. Oh, that's going to be offensive interference, and that'll be Pilots basketball.
It's a great play by Pride on the loose ball, though he couldn't get to it, so he went ahead and tipped it down to a teammate.
Cruz over the timeline now, gives now to Rassler, back to Dehart. Dehart down the lane, missed the shot. How did Jared Dehart miss the layup like that?
He thought he was going to get swatted.
Here's Pride with the basketball. Flares out, that ball deflected and knocked out of bounds. Chris Pride looking over here to Coach Tony Bates and trying to get somebody on the floor that'll do what he wants him to do. And now it'll be Sterling Fields to inbound on the far sideline. Waits for a cutter. Now here's Justin Sioric with a 3. Shot no good. Ball ricochets out high. Now here to Keith. And now Pride re-engages the offense.
Keith said, back up. Let me set a screen for you, little man. There we go.
Here is the drive by Pride. High over Rassler. He scores the easy field goal to make it 60-50. 17:02 to go.
No assist, but you might as well give Keith an assist on that possession for telling Pride, back out, use my screen, and then get to the basket.
Cruz back to Dehart. Now here to Rassler. Rassler with the quick trigger. It tipped up and in by Galen. And what's the...
Grant Galen with the push in the back.
How many times has Gavin Rassler shot the ball today? It's got to be a season high.
That is his 7th shot.
And once
6
again,
triples.
Now with the basketball now here out on the perimeter now, Sterling Fields, the 5'7" junior from Homewood Flossmoor High School. Comes out here now to Pride. Pride bounce pass now here to Keith. Keith up under, fouled on Max Newman.
That's a good move by the big fella. Under control, spin, pump fake, gave him the kitchen sink, and then went to finish.
Once again, at the 16:33 mark, going to the line will be the Jaguars. We will not quietly go away here in the early winter night.
He knocked down both of them in the first half. Missed that one. Look at the size difference between him and Fields.
Fields at 5'7".
Reminds me of the Manute Bowl.
Keith at 6'10". There's the 6'10" youngster missing 2.
I like Keith and what I've seen of him tonight. I really like the way he talks, takes up space.
Galen flares out, launches the jumper from 3, knocks down the 3, making it 63-50. Grant Galen is in fuego, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, this is where I call timeout and I say, okay, who on this bench is going to make sure number 30 doesn't shoot the rest of the night?
Here's the ball in the hands of Pride, deep left corner now. Now inside Keith, lost the handle on it. Cruz tipped it away now. Here's Dehart. Come over here now to Rassler. Back out here to Dehart, back to Galen. Galen, 3, good.
As I was saying.
66-50. Grant Galen has got it stuck on automatic.
7 of 8 from 3-point range.
Here's the basketball now. Siork. Galen did a nice job of fighting through that screen, too. He comes over the top of the screen. Siork on the drive. Shot no good. Rebound, Max Newman. Up now to Cruz. Cruz hits Galen in stride for the layup. 68-50. Grant Galen and Cruz combined to give the Pilots their biggest lead of the night at 15-18. And Mark, just moments ago, Grant Galen with back-to-back triples. As a matter of fact, 1, 2, 3 triples here. He is on a roll, 25 points.
So many working adults work long and hard to get where they are, but they're stalled. That 4-year degree you worked so hard to earn isn't getting you where you were born to be. We can help, faster and more easily than you ever thought possible. Earn your MBA in record time. Change your life forever. At one of the most flexible, convenient, and respected private universities in the American Midwest, Bethel University. Be you, the you were born to be. Visit us online right now at beyouatbethel.com. Your MBA is waiting. Be you at Bethel University.
Because, yeah, it had to be Bates because it was off. Yeah, so yeah, if I'm one of those guys down there that hasn't gotten in yet, I'm sitting next to Coach right now going, Coach, he won't shoot anymore if I get in. Coach, he won't shoot. I don't, yeah.
Well, especially since he's now going down the lane in that last possession. And you can mix the 3 and the 2 different ways to beat you.
And he's just feeling good right now. He's running the floor. But if I were him, I would have stopped right here and been like,
just shoot him. And you've been on fire anyway.
Yes. Fun to watch when you're in the zone.
Keontae Jenkins in the game now. Philippe Segota also. We haven't seen live Granville tonight. Here's a drive baseline by Robinson. He scores, making it 68-52. 15 minutes to go. Regulation.
Crenshaw now on Galen, so if they run, post him up.
Here's Cruz with a drive.
Kick out.
Jump pass out here to Galen.
Why not?
Galen, 3.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
71-52. Grant Galen, who came into today's game, ladies and gentlemen, number 15 in the country with 3-point field goals made with 43. Mark, number 6 in the country in field goals made per game at 3.9. You can throw those out the window. Those records are shattered.
And let me clarify, my "are you kidding me" wasn't that Grant shot it and knocked it down. It was that there was nobody standing next to him. Like, from the time Travion drove, you knew what he was going to do with
this
the ball.
Is Zach Miller type stuff here.
Oh my goodness! I think Zach's watching, saying, "Man, I wish I shot that good one night." Zach missed at least 2 when he knocked down 7 triples.
Shot but no good by Lamar Crenshaw. Crenshaw, an 82% free throw shooter. Misses. Keep in mind that Jags, their next game is going to be at home against Mike McBride and Taylor Brady's Holy Cross Saints. Here's the second free throw, good. So one of the 2 are good, making it 71-53.
Shoot it, Grant, you're open.
Here's Cruz over the timeline now.
Look at the stat line. 8 of 9 from 3-point range. Oh, and 9 rebounds, too.
Here's some basketball in the hands of Jenkins. Jenkins on the dribble. I'm double screened again. Goes inside, ball ricochets off a Jaguar. Mark, I believe it was Robinson who knocked. No, check that. It was not. It was Dillard who knocked it out of bounds. And now it'll be Cruz to inbound. To the right of the lane for where Mark and I sit. Here's Galen. Pass inside to Segota, and Philippe couldn't track it down. Back to the way. Crenshaw to the goal. High arching shot, and he hit the deck hard.
Hopefully he's okay there. KJ with the foul.
Now Nathan Ertz, has been a quiet day for Nathan Ertz.
And in Segota's defense, I'm sure he wasn't expecting Grant to throw him the ball because.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're shooting that
just
well.
Shoot it. Yeah.
Free throw by Crenshaw is good. That makes it 71-54 with 14:06 to go. Now Galen and Rassler will check out.
My goodness. What a shooting night.
One more opportunity for number one, making it 71-55.
See if they can keep their foot on the gas. So we've talked in the pregame. They just struggle to hold big leads. Let's see if they can.
There's Jenkins now with the basketball. Waits for Cruz. Cruz, who has not scored here in the half.
Moving screen. Yeah, and see, the defender ran into Travion. Travion wasn't even setting a screen. He was just cutting, and that's what Coach Daniel's saying. So we can just run into people, and it's called a moving screen.
So with the basketball now here at the top, now Peyton Harley. Goes now to Pride. Pride matched up against Dylan Sheehy, drives baseline. Kicks that on into the corner, and quickly back to Crenshaw here on the near wing. Inside to the little post out of Robinson. Shoots over Segota, and he scores 71-57. Here we go again, Mark. 5 unanswered now by the... And now with the basketball, Dylan Sheehy.
Dylan's got to be careful. He'll pick up an offensive foul.
Gets it out here to Nathan Ertz. Ertz now to Cruz. Back out to the top to Jenkins. Keontae Jenkins with a drive down the lane. Shot banks, no good. Ball tipped out. And Dylan Sheehy tracks down. Into the corner, KJ. Shovels it inside, and Philippe Segota for the field goal. 73. Beautiful pass by KJ.
Yeah, and that takes some of the air out of the Governor State. They're busting their tails, playing hard defensively, getting after people, and then you give up a layup.
Here's Pride coming around a screen. They go screen roll.
Nice play.
Running one-hander, good by Dillard. Making it 73-59. 12:51 to go. Dylan Sheehy with a drive inside. He was hammered, and he'll go to shoot free throws, and this is not an area where he excels. On the year for Dylan Sheehy, Mark, a 42% free throw shooter. And at the 12:47 mark, let's see what he can do. He's had a pretty good day at the offense, as number one with 7 points. And the right-handed shot for the is good. He got the shooter's roll. 74-59.
Pilots now 3 of 5 from the line tonight. How about 19 assists on 28 made baskets?
Take a look at the Dylan Sheehy's career high as a Pilot. One more opportunity for number one. Off the rim to good. And Philippe Segota tried to track it out, couldn't. And now here's a foul inside. They're going to call that on Philippe. I think he actually got bumped into the guy. And be 2 free throws.
15 points for Dylan.
That's his career high
Yep.
as a Pilot. Okay. And going to the line now will be Quincy Dillard. Dillard, who Mark is playing in his first game of the year, according to my stat sheet. The right-handed shot is off the rim, no good.
2 of 2 from the floor tonight. 2 rebounds.
Tony Bates just puts his hands upon his head.
That head that no longer has the hair that he used to have 30 years ago.
He's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Spent some time with him 3 or 4 occasions or during the course of doing games, either in the Crossroads League or the CCAC. On the floor now for the Pilots, it'll be Newman, Ertz, Dylan Sheehy, Jared Dehart, and Grant Galen. And now the free throw on the way. This time's good, so one of the 2 are good. That makes it 74-60.
A lot of basketball left to play.
Oh, yes. Sheehy with the ball now over the timeline now.
Has Pride scored this half?
Comes around a far elbow screen. Oh, Diart
dragged that foot.
Comes now here to Galen. Grant Galen. Matched up by Harley. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Great defense by Harley.
Here's Crenshaw, looking. Lobs it inside, not a fully. Backdoor cut to Segota. And then why didn't he just shoot the basketball?
Turnover. Yes.
That's a really bad possession by Bethel. Trying to do too many things, too cute, and just shoot the easy layup, Jared Dehart. That's the play that Jared just needs to be able to make.
Yeah, and he's been aggressive shooting the ball.
I like that.
Played well. Yeah, I do too. I said back-to-back solid games. That's just
But that's a play that he just needs to go up and take the easy layup.
It's a possession.
I know he's trying to get everybody involved. I get that. And now with the ball here at the top, now on the crossover, Pride gets it out now here to Lamar Crenshaw. Crenshaw, jab steps, comes around a screen to the right elbow, goes deep left corner. Shot on the way off the rim, no good. On the look that time by Robinson the second. And now here is Dylan Sheehy.
Charge. Oh.
And Pride picks up the foul. You could have called that on Dylan Sheehy, couldn't it?
You could have called either one, yeah. And probably 4 or 5 times I've probably seen something opposite, but these guys have done a good job, and the ones that I've disagreed with have been questionable ones. It's not like blatant. Yeah, that one could have gone either way.
Sheehy goes now here to Nathan Ertz. Ertz goes inside now to Sheehy. He circles inside.
He hooked him. That's a good call.
And an offensive foul called on Dylan Sheehy.
Absolutely. Great call from the outside official. You could see Dylan's hand hooking, and Dylan just looked over and said, I did. I did. It's like when you get caught with the chocolate chip cookie dripping from your mouth. Yep, Mom, I ate it. As long as you caught me, I might as well act like I'm being honest here, even though I was trying to sneak it.
Harley crosses over, drives down the lane. Now here to Crenshaw. Crenshaw gets it out here, a 15-foot shot, good for Quincy Dillard.
He's 3 of 3 from the floor tonight.
And this is his first ball game of the year.
Yeah.
And once again, Mark, it's a 12-point lead, and that's still going to take a timeout.
And this was about the time that Pride started going in the first half. Remember, he only has 2 points this half.
Ertz comes back out now to Newman. Newman for 3. No good. The ball halfway down the well.
And look who's got it going the other way.
There's Pride. Gets it out now here to Crenshaw. His triple, no good. Rebound, Newman. Gives way now here to Dehart. Dehart on the far side. Lobs it inside to Max. Max powers inside for the left-handed layup, and then a timeout, Pilots. 76-62. I love the timeout by Coach Steve Draven here at the 10:40 mark for 2 reasons. Number one, he made his team score, and now they can come back and get a regroup.
Yep.
I like that big time. Our coverage of College Buckets Day being presented in part by our friends at Bethel, Brady's, and Granger. Don't forget, Bethel, Brady's, and Granger.
Internet grows exponentially every day. With that growth comes undeniable benefits that help people around the world. And with those benefits come people who use the internet for all the wrong reasons. Theft, fraud, and harassment are only a few ways individuals and companies are targeted every day by people with poor intentions. Cyber threats and cyber fraud have the main problems facing companies and organizations today. In one of the fastest growing industries, cybersecurity professionals are in high demand. Take a step toward success and learn what it takes to help others by getting an online degree in cybersecurity at Bethel University.
Jaguars of Governor State University under the direction of Tony Bates. You can look back in a year ago, 13-7 overall in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. 2 years ago, they were 25-9, 18-2. CCA regular season and tournament champs. Lost to Dakota Wesleyan in the first round of the NEI National Tournament. And when you consider that, Mark, that was that would have been year number 3 of their program. That's pretty good.
It's good stuff. Yeah, and we saw their volleyball team earlier this year. They got some good stuff going on as far as athletics. There's Pride.
Pride, 16-foot shot, no good. Rebound, and now here's a drive by Crenshaw. Crenshaw with a fadeaway 14-footer, good. That makes it 76 to
12-point game.
64.
Pilots playing without Travion Cruz here for a while.
Here's the ball in the hands of Ertz. Back here to Galen. Galen triple, in and out, no good. Rebound, tracked down by DeAndre Robinson.
somebody is lucky that he missed because he should not have been that open.
Harley, one-on-one against Dehart. Backs it out here to the point now. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Pilots a 76-64 leader.
Tough matchup for Grant Galen on the other
Crenshaw on the drive, stops, shoots over Dehart after he travels.
Yeah, he did.
76-66 is now a 10-point game. 9:47 to go now. Newman back out now here to Ertz, back to Dehart. Jared with a jab step. Back to Ertz, back to Dehart. Lobs inside now to Newman. Max, shot rejected. Rebound. Comes out. Here's Crenshaw on the breakout. Around the back pass. But a hustling play by Dehart. Up court quickly to Nathan Ertz. Now to Galen. Galen, and that's a blocking foul. Galen was going strong to the rack.
Such a difficult play. You had Pride trailing, calling for the ball wide open for three. And Crenshaw went behind the back pass to the other team.
Galen, who earlier tonight missed his first 2 opportunities. They can mark that down. Those were missed at the 19:22 mark. He makes this one, make it a 77-66. Excuse me, Mark.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm trying to see if my daughter's here after that pass. We were watching football, Cowboys-Bears a couple weeks ago, and she said, Daddy, why did the Bears guy throw it to the Cowboys guy?
Both free throws are good. That makes it 78-66.
She's probably thinking that on that behind the back. Why did he throw that to the Bethel guy? That's not what we're supposed to do.
Well, that's what Bears guys do.
I told her, if you watch enough Bears football, honey, you'll see that often.
Pride with the basketball matched up against Cruz. The 2 stars of their respective leagues. Pride with a quick drive and a whistle is going to be called upon Travion Cruz for the hand check.
And then you're going to send Pride to the line. That's a good drive. He has to be aggressive down the stretch for his team.
And now Rassler's going to check into the game now for Nathan Ertz. Ertz's been really quiet tonight, Mark. Not only in minutes, but as far as production as well.
2 fouls in the first 57 seconds of the half, so he sat. And it's one of those things that gets with you mentally. It's tough to stay focused, to stay when you're sitting for 20 minutes in the first half plus the 15 minutes at halftime. You get all warmed up, play a game, and you sit for 35 minutes before you get a chance to go out there and play again.
Pride's free throw is good. That makes it 78-67. 9:10 to go in regulation.
This team has struggled tonight. They've been down by double digits, but they communicate, they play hard. I'm real impressed with what Coach has got from his guys.
Second free throw good again. 78-68.
Full court trap.
Now here's Rassler giving way now to Dehart. He's into the forecourt now. Jared Dehart up high. Swings it over here now to Cruz. Cruz in the corner now here to Galen. The ball's deflected out of bounds off of Pride. And now it will be Dehart to inbound along the near sideline.
And notice who's on Grant Galen over there, and Coach is over to our left saying, Chris is no help, Chris is no help.
Now here's Dehart with a lob inside, knocked away. And what's in? You know how hard it is to throw it over a 6'10" guy?
And because of the fact that Pride's not helping, you can lead him to the left side of the basket, basically. There's no backside help there because Grant's over there.
Dehart comes back out now high here to Nate Ertz. And then back to Dehart, who drives down the baseline and he throws it away. And then Governor State turns it over again.
Yeah. Pilots are fortunate because Governor State had 3 guys running the floor. Turnover.
8:42 to go in regulation. Javin Rassler to inbound on the far sideline.
Jared has 7 assists tonight, playing well, but that's two bad passes there.
Here's the ball in the hands of Cruz. Cruz back to Dehart. Dehart 3 way off the rim, and Cruz tracks down the rebound. And then he traveled.
Yep, trying to save it to somebody. Nobody over here on this side of the floor to help him out. I like the fact that he just took it out of bounds with him, though, instead of throwing a turnover and put his team down on a disadvantage.
And now here's Pride with the basketball. Pivotal point of the game now here because now field goal here makes it single digits again. Here's Pride giving way
Moving
now.
Screen.
And there it is.
Yeah.
It's little things like that ruin your momentum. I mean, if you just get into the little gap, not make any contact, it's simple said and done, but rather simpler done or said than done, but still, I mean, it's those little things that can kill you, and especially when you're trailing about like 10 points.
Rassler checks out. Keontae Jenkins back in.
And that's an easy call, 20 feet from the basket. Officials are going to call that all day long because that's the one that the coaches are going to get on them about. They're not going to call for a moving screen down low.
Look at Crenshaw leaning in on Jared D.
Yeah. Hands behind his back to not pick up that 4th foul, but just to let him know, I'm here. I'm with you.
Jenkins now.
Ooh, he carried.
With a drive down the lane, gives it over to Max Newman. Newman shot, score it. And a whistle and a timeout by the team that calls Mike Lightfoot court home. 80-68 Pilots, 8:07 to go. A quiet, productive night for Maxwell Newman, Coach Mark Gardner.
From kind of an intramural program to becoming a varsity sport, and it's not something that happens overnight. And so you see Governor State got some score updates here. St. X leads Kaiser 46-35 at the half, and with about 10 minutes to play, Spring Arbor leads William Jessup by 17 points.
On the floor for the Pride, they'll come out with Quincy Dillard, Peyton Harley. Also, Chris Pride will be on the floor, joined by DeAndre Robinson II. And finally, it will be Lamar Crenshaw. The Pilots have Sheehy, Cruz, also Keontae Jenkins. Here, Grant Galen and Max Newman as Crenshaw knocks down the mid-range jump shot, making it 80-70 with 7:51 to go.
One of 3 Jaguars in double figures. He has 12 points.
Dylan Sheehy left elbow. Back out to Galen. Galen on the drive.
Charge.
And he needs to put the brakes on.
Up. It's Grant's 3rd foul. This is where I say as a coach, young man, you're 8 of 10 from 20 feet away. Quit driving. Just spot up and shoot.
And now with the basketball, Peyton Harley. Grand Rapids, Wyoming High School.
Still trying to get that lead under double digits.
Here's Pride, pull up 16-footer, hard off the iron, rebound, ricochets into the hands of Dylan Sheehy Giuseppe. And then a flop.
Yeah, they're calling a flop. He's trying to say that he got elbowed in the face, but I don't know. I
thought he did.
I thought he did too.
Yeah, I thought as soon before he fell, his head went back. I thought Dylan got him with a bow.
And that was
Coach Bates sharing a laugh with the crowd.
And Cruz will go to the line here with 7 minutes and 29 seconds to go.
He's talking with Bill Gates over here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. Cruz has not scored in the second half.
I don't know that he shot in the second half, Paul. He's 3 of 8 from the floor right now. He was 3 of 7 in the first half. So yeah, he's taking one shot.
Scores there, making it 81-70.
Crenshaw said, "We already got warned. Why would I flop? Get elbowed in the face." And Dylan Sheehy just acknowledged, I think. I got you. You okay?
And now here's Sheehy with the basketball now. Matched up against Robinson as they engage the ball here in the half-court set. Keontae Jenkins, pull up 19-footer, grazes off the front of the iron, no good. He's trying too hard, Mark.
Yeah, he's had a good game defensively, and he needs to realize he's on a team where he can play defensively, have a good game. Those are the guys that will score for him tonight.
And now with the ball now.
They only have Crenshaw 3 fouls, so I don't know if that counts as a personal foul, being his 4th foul.
Here's Harley handing it off now to Pride. Pride on the drive. Kick out now here to Crenshaw. Crenshaw shovels it to Pride near wing. Pride lobs it inside to Robinson. Robinson powers in for the field goal, making it 81-72. Single digits now.
Yep. And you might have heard Coach Draven yell finish. They defended for 20 seconds, and he's emphasizing finish the possession.
Here's now ball in the hands of Dehart. Dehart comes right side now here to Sheehy, back to Keontae Jenkins, back to Dehart inside now to Newman.
Travel.
Newman, and he walked.
Good call, Steve Mazinga. Shuffled his feet. The baseline official can't see it because they're so close to the action, so it's got to come from the outside. It's a great call.
Once again, Peyton Harley angles the dribble to the right, now back left. He's going to drive down the lane, and a foul called, and on Dehart.
Yeah, they're shooting 2 the rest of the game. If I'm Governor State, I keep attacking the basket. They're 18 free throw attempts so far tonight. If he knocks these down, you're right back to your halftime deficit of 7 points.
Once again, the Pilots at one point in time had a 18-point lead they've let get away. I don't know what it is with this team and its inability to finish teams off. As that free throw is good. And it's not like it's been in bunches, it's just methodical.
Yeah, and you look again tonight, they've held Pride to 4 points here in the second half. I mean, everything's kind of gone their way, yet they've played an even second half here, 28-28 here in the second half.
81-74. And give Tony Bates guys a lot of credit.
They fight.
They're missing some key components. Duckworth, a kid who started 4 games.
Yeah, you had Crenshaw in foul trouble. You had
Theo Williams, a guy's having 12 points, 4.5 rebounds. He started 7 games. Here's Cruz. Now back out to Sheehy. Cruz needs to get the ball back and go to town. Here's Sheehy. Back here to Dehart. Dehart on the drive. Pulls up 12. No good. Rebound once again. Pilots nowhere to be found on the glass.
Pride's got to attack the basket.
Pride on the crossover. Drives with the left hand and scores. 81-76. It's now a 5-point lead with 5:52 to go.
And you got 30 points sitting on the bench here to our right with Grant Galen.
Here's the ball in the hands of Cruz. Or check that. Dehart back over here. There's Cruz. Cruz inside now to Philippe Segota. Shovels it over here to Dehart, and he missed the shot, but he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Good cut, better pass by the big, recognizing the cut. So many times bigs are so focused on just getting the ball up in the air, they don't see cutters. We've talked about this, Paul. It was the opposite last year. You had a guy like Hartman, great defender, but an offensive liability, couldn't knock down free throws at a rate that you needed to, and so you had to sit him late in the game. And now you've got Grant, who's a great shooter, but still struggles defensively at times. And so you do the offense-defense thing. He plays defense, or KJ, and Grant has to sit there in those times.
83-76 as Dehart's able to knock down a pair. Jared now with 5 points in the game. Now here's Peyton Harley. Angles to the dribble to the right side, now back to the top. Gives it up to the right wing, now here to Pride. Pride skips it over here to the near side, now to Harley. Harley knocks down the 3-point bomb. Harley, who was 3 for 9 starting tonight from downtown, 83-79.
He's 2 of 2 tonight, 8 points.
Here's Cruz. Now go to Sheehy.
Game.
Dylan Sheehy back out here to Rassler. Back to here to Dehart. Waits for a cutter. Goes now to Sheehy at the free throw line. Dylan with a drive down the lane, missed the layup.
Did everything right.
Now Pride over the timeline now.
Right to the basket if I'm Pride.
Back.
Especially
he's going to have a field day now against Rassler.
Yeah, if I'm him, I attack Gavin.
Here's Harley. Bounce pass to Pride. Pride around the back pass.
No need for that.
And losing the ball out of bounds was Robinson. And Greg Galen will check back into the game now for Dylan Sheehy.
Some good minutes from Dylan tonight. He missed that last layup, but did everything right. Attacked the basket, used the glass, just didn't fall.
Now with the basketball, the 9th-ranked Pilots with a 4-point lead. Jared Dehart over the timeline now. Stops. Taps it out now here to Cruz. Foul line extended left.
Yeah, Jared passed that to himself. I don't think Segota got a hand on it.
Philippe with the basketball. That it lost the handle on it, and that should have been a travel on Quincy Dillard and no call. Another Pilot meltdown in progress. And Governor State's going to take a timeout with 4:09 to go. 83-79. The last time the Pilots scored was at the 5:38 mark. And Mark, I'll let you look at the sheet here. And in the last 10 minutes, it's been a train wreck. We'll be back with more right after this brief timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
One in co-op ATMs.
Someone once said, the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. What are you going to do with your opportunities and gifts that God has given you? The choice is yours. So choose your path. Do what you know needs to be done in order to become what you have always wanted to be. Whether that means the head of a marketing campaign, head of a financial account, or even the CEO of your own company. Take action and prepare yourself to meet the ever-changing business landscape head-on. The knowledge and resources to do so are at your fingertips. All you have to do is reach out. Learn what it means to be a leader in your business or nonprofit ventures at Bethel University. We're helping you on your own path to success is business as usual.
Why? Why is it happening?
I don't have that answer. I don't have that answer. Oh.
With the basketball now, here's Peyton Harley at the top. Flares out to the point. Goes to the left side now to Crenshaw. Crenshaw at the top now, 8 on the shot clock.
You got to get the ball
at the
top
top now.
Point.
Harley still on the look. Long three off the iron, no good. Rebound Cruz. Travion Cruz gives way to Dehart. Jared Dehart back to Galen. Pilots need a really solid possession here offensively.
Yeah,
now.
I can't believe they came out of that timeout, went 30 seconds without Pride touching the ball. Oh, that's a trip by Phillip.
Cruz, off balance 16-footer. Philippe taps it out of bounds. It'll be Bethel basketball. Nope, evidently it went off the hands of Robinson.
Yeah, and that was a good no call by the officials because it was Segota that tripped Cruz on the drive.
And now Dehart, once again the shot clock resets to 20 now. Here's Cruz in the far corner, goes inside to Philippe. Waits for a cutter. Oh, he had Cruz cutting. Here's Philippe with the drive, right-handed hook. Good. The big fella knocking it down.
Such soft touch around the basket. Kareem with the skyhook.
And a good makeup for the block down the lane to try to get Cruz, too, so at least you got 2 points out of the possession.
Pride with the ball now here. Still on the look here on the near wing. Comes around the screen, and that's a foul on Gavin Rassler. And now you're going to put Pride, who's a dynamic free throw shooter at the line, an 84% free throw shooter.
That's why I can't believe that previous possession. He didn't even touch it. He attacks, there's contact. He's going to the line.
Pride, who, of course, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, was the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference Player of the Week, coming off a 32.5 rebound, 5 assist, 3 steal performance. He was 8 for 8 in their game, win against St. Francis, Illinois, 98-91. And he's doing it again here. And then a turnover. Denver got the free throw off.
No, Robinson with a lane violation.
Oh, my. Terrible.
You had the flop. You had that. I mean, they've just had a few calls that you just don't see all the time that have really cost them, and they're still only down 5.
Tell you what, I like the job Peyton Harley has done on Travion Cruz.
Yeah.
Cruz goes now here to the right side. Now here to Galen, back to Cruz. 9 on the shot clock. Cruz on the dribble. Shot in the lane. Good.
So good.
87-80, 2:24 to go. Just got to put the ball in his hand and let him do his thing. And a timeout. I believe the timeout's going to be the
Coach
Pilots.
Yep.
And that'll be the 3rd timeout for Coach Draven and company. And with 2:24 to go, we'll give you a.
It's a career opportunity unlike any other in the financial services industry. The the Thrive Financial Representative Development Program for new college graduates. Earn an immediate salary with bonus opportunities while getting support and training to build client relationships and grow your own business. Join a company that rewards young professionals who are results-driven and want to live out their faith by making a difference in the lives of Christians by helping them be wise with money.
Reset presented by the Gates Automotive Group. On the floor coming out of the timeout will be Philippe Segota, Dylan Sheehy, Jared Dehart, Gavin Rassler, and Travion Cruz. The Jags will come back in Connor with Dillard. Pride. Also on the floor will be Robinson, Harley, and Crenshaw. You're up to date. Pride with the basketball guarded by Sheehy here on the near wing. Drives baseline, and Shee did a great job of moving his feet, taking away the dribble drive baseline.
Yeah, but I don't like the fact that Dylan's barking at the other team's bench. Just play defense, young man.
Now 18 on the shot clock, 2:12 game clock. Once again, Harley on the inbound. Comes out here to Robinson. Back to Crenshaw. Stops, shoots the jump shot from 15. Didn't get it, but somebody didn't box out, and Robinson banks it up and in. 87-82, 2:02 to go.
Yeah, and players have to be careful. They're all kind of chirping at officials right now, and the last thing you want to do is pick up a technical in a two-possession game.
Cruz with the ball now. On the dribble, around the back. Jump pass to Dehart to Sheehy. Dylan Sheehy on the reach, and that's a really good foul by Chris Pride.
It's his third foul, but you're sending Sheehy to the line. 42% foul shooter coming into tonight. He's 1 of 2 tonight, I believe.
And that is just a great decision by Governor State. If you're playing the percentages, Mark, and I know you're a big fan of the percentages.
Yeah, and I like the way he's handles. He comes right over the official and asks, why didn't I get that call down there? He's not yelling at him. You're patting him on the back, just earning respect by communicating.
Sheehy's free throw on the way. Good again. 88-82. And Dylan with one more opportunity, wipes his hands off it.
For our women's basketball fans that are tuning in tonight, this is called the 1-and-1. It's called pressure free throws down the stretch, something the women's game has done away with, unfortunately.
Free throw again for number one. This one is in and out and no good. So he was able to go 1 of the 2. 6-point game now.
If I'm the Jaguars, I foul him next possession too.
Harley goes to Pride. Pride on the dribble. Deep left corner now to Harley. Harley, 16 on the shot clock. 1:30 game clock.
Pride on Rassler. You gotta exploit that if you're the Jags.
Pass the low post to Dillard. Dillard with the right-handed shot. No good. Rebound, Rassler. Pilots a 6-point lead. Ball in hand. 80 seconds to go in regulation.
And I go, yeah, they missed the opportunity there. I think you go get
Cruz.
They're gonna trap ball screens here, calling out Jaguar, which is his trap.
Cruz continues the dribble right here.
Yeah,
still on the look.
I do not like this decision defensively.
Here's Cruz with the look. 4 seconds. Long three by Cruz. Rebound, Philippe Segota. Philippe to the goal. Hammered. He goes to shoot 2. The big foul. Going to the goal. 49.3 seconds to go.
And Crenshaw, it's a good foul. Hey, make Segota earn it. Don't give him a free layup.
I mean, for being a 5'7" guy, to be able to jump that high, oh my goodness.
And that was frustration. He thought he got shoved out of the way in the first shot.
Philippe at the line, free throw, good. And that's the big one, Mark, because now you're talking a 3-possession contest.
Yeah, I don't like that they let him dribble 30 seconds off the clock. I mean, man.
Philippe on the season now 4 for 5 inside 3 minutes.
And we all remember the one that he missed.
And does it again, 90-82 with 49.3 seconds to go. Boy, I tell you what, I just continue to love the way the kid competes.
Yeah, I love everything about what's going on with him. And again, these pilots understand. opportunity, letting the Pilots run 30 seconds.
All right, game reset now. 10 fouls have been whistled on the Pilots, 9 on Governor State. Now the alternating possession arrow favors the Pilots. 1 timeout for Tony Bates, 2 for Steve Draven, respectively.
Dillon cannot pick up a silly foul here full court. I love that they're pressing, but
Harley, one-on-one against Sheehy. Hands it off now to Pride. Pride with 40 seconds to go. Stops. 18-foot shot, good. 90-84. 36 seconds to go.
And that's why I said he has to touch the ball every possession.
Here's Dehart fouled with 32.4 seconds to go.
Pride just walked up to Sheehy and nodded, and Dillon gave him a high five like, yeah, you may have left me in my tracks down there. A little respect shown right there. But we've had 2 possessions in the final 3 minutes where Pride didn't touch the ball for the entire possession. That's just unacceptable.
Now here's Jared Dehart with the
Look
game.
Still
laughing about it.
Cruz giving Sheehy the business like, man, he lit you up down there. Dillon knocks it down. Pilots 12 of 16 from the foul line.
91-84. Looking at Jared Dehart in clutch situations.
He's 4 of 4. 5 of 6 now.
1 of 2. It's 91-84.
Give him the ball. Get out of his way.
Pride. Take your time.
Yeah.
Pride on the drive.
Yeah.
And Cruz.
That's as good as a layup. He's, the way he's shooting tonight.
And with 18.3 seconds to go, with the score 91-84.
Just don't know if there's enough time. Man, you got to think they're wishing they had that 30 seconds back, and this was a 48-second game right now. Not.
Grant Galen will check in as that free throw was good, making it 91-85.
It's a good move. You got to get somebody out to get Grant in for free throw shooting.
So on the floor, it's Rassler, Galen, Dehart, Cruz, and Sheehy. Second free throw good, making it 91-86. Here's Cruz with a basketball, and he is fouled with 17.3 seconds to go.
And you can't be picky. I like that. Too many times, a situation like that, we see a team let somebody dribble for 12 seconds until the ball gets to somebody else's hands and the game's over. So I like that foul.
Cruz with 11 points on the night. Keep in mind he scored 8 points in the first 2 minutes.
He's just 18 of 19 down the stretch in free throw shooting.
Free throw on the way for number 3 is picture perfect. Makes it 92-86. One more for number 3, and he does it again. 93-86. And now we go defense for offensive substitution as Philippe Segota will check back into the contest. And now Peyton Harley quickly over the timeline now. Gives now here to Pride. Pride looks. Pass inside of the low post now to Robinson. Ball goes off of him and out of bounds. 8.3 seconds to go. A miracle can only do it now.
Yeah, hard fought. Good game for us. If you're a Governor State fan, you got to like the fight in this team.
And to inbound the ball now, Harley to the right of the lane. Comes out high now here to Fields. Back to Pride. Pride, long three-point shot from the far side, no good. And that is going to do it as Philippe Segota grabs the rebound. And the Pilots remain unbeaten. They improved to 12-0 on the season, 6-0 here at home. The Jags fall to 7-5, and now 2-3 on the road. The Pilots' dominance against the CCAC continues. They've now won 29 straight games against the CCAC. Let's get Grant Galen and Max Newman on the postgame show here, Coach, and we'll get some thoughts. Once again, final score, 93-86, Bethel University, a winner to remain unbeaten here in play. Max Newman and Grant Galen to join us on the postgame show. Let's get some thoughts here from Coach Steve Draven. All right, now your 29 straight wins for the Pilots against the CCAC. Now I can throw that out there.
I don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about that? All right, okay, here's the deal. You had a 19-point lead.
We did.
Yes, you did.
That's pretty good. And we're 11-0, 12-0 now.
I know.
And there's no team that is going to quit against us. They're not.
So the question I have is, is your heart ready for this?
I don't know.
he had more hair when I met him 6 months ago.
I can tell you, the teams that we're playing are playing really hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
And are locked in. And I'm not going to downplay our team. And could we have played better? Yes. Could we have played with more energy? Yes. Effort. And I'm not trying to make excuses for them, with finals last week and, 11 days since our last game. We talk about the other teams have a vote too, right? And I thought they were really good tonight. Watched film on them, and in my opinion, that's the best game they played. Just from a standpoint of being locked in and doing what they needed to do against how we play and exposing us in areas where we struggle. And they're well coached. Coach Bates did a really good job tonight.
You really talked about how important these games were because there were areas that they do things really, really well and the areas that you don't do things really, really well. And you love it when somebody exposes your weaknesses.
Sure.
Because it's only going to make you a long term.
Sure.
Better.
And we're a deficient team. We have guys, nobody on our team is perfect and does everything great. We've got some guys that are really good offensive players. We've got some guys that are not so good offensive players. And on the opposite side, too, guys that struggle defensively and got to get better. And we've got some really good defensive players. And if we put some of those guys together, we'd have a more all-around team. But we got to play some guys on both ends of the floor. What's up, Ava Lee? It's my 3-year-old daughter. Thank you. That's
okay.
Awesome.
Good stuff. And I remember what you said, Coach. Coach Lightfoot used to talk about we have a bullseye on our back every time people come in here. Doesn't matter what the records are. They're coming in here to play Bethel, and they just elevate their game to another level. And those guys did. They played hard for 40 minutes.
Yeah, the tradition that is Bethel men's basketball from Coach Mike Lightfoot, Coach Ryan Lightfoot, and all the way down the line. I mean, they've got great teams and a lot of championships, All-Americans, and the accomplishments are endless. So Bethel's it's a name. People come in here, It's a big game, and the teams that have come in here have played well and played like it's a big game, and they won it.
Especially teams like this that don't come in here every year all the time. The conference teams, but teams like this, it's a big deal. You know their coach sells them on the tradition and the history before they show up here on this floor.
All right, let's get some thoughts here from Max Newman, who did a solid job in the post tonight. Thanks again, Steve. All right, Max, taking a look at the numbers there, Mark, on Max Newman. Max, nice job on the win tonight.
Ho-hum. 8 for 16 from the floor, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Just another day at the office, right?
Yep.
So give us an idea as you continue to get better in your post game, the learning and the learning curve from high school to college in the post. Do you see the progress for yourself?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. Everyone's a lot stronger and stuff with everyone being older, which makes it a lot different for sure.
When you look at Philippe and you, between the two of you guys, been able to do a really formidable job. I like that mix. How about you?
Yeah, it's a good mix.
Good mix. Give us an idea what you like about this basketball team right now, besides the fact that you're 12-0.
Just everyone, the togetherness, everyone gets along real well. And it's fun to practice together and everything, and that helps.
I love freshmen, man. They just show up and have fun. I love it.
There's no
don't overthink it, right? Just playing basketball, right?
Sure.
Did you feel stressed out there at all?
Not really too stressed, no.
All right, so nice job on the win tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Keep working hard inside there in that paint. Good to have you here on the post-game show. And Mark's going to go over our numbers. I think we're going to have Grant Galen join us.
He's probably
is he
signing autographs or shooting
there.
three-pointers, So showing off his shooting. I got to talk to Mom. All right. It's time for us.
Thanks again, Max.
Good job, Max.
All right.
Hey, we'll get these while we're waiting for Grant. The visitors were 31 of 60 from the floor, 52%. Oh, he's hustling over here. Had to get his Christmas present.
Oh man, what'd you get me? That was awesome,
Christmas,
dude.
everybody. Yeah.
Hey. All right, man. First of all, you were in that zone tonight, man. How does it? You like that stuff, don't you?
Yes, sir. When they're going in, I mean, the basket looks, like a garbage can. It looks like I just throw it up there. So
yeah, it was lucky today.
I don't think it's a matter of luck. I think you've spent a lot of time out of the driveway learning how to shoot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My pops taught me well.
All right. Give us a thought on what you like about this basketball team, 12 games in.
Just never give up, man. We get up 20. The team makes a run, as we're down 10. They cut it close, and we just never give up. We keep the faith the whole time, and, we close out games. That's what I like about this team.
What is different on this team from any team you've ever been on, Grant?
It's just a collective effort. We got a lot of guys that play, a lot of guys go in there, and everybody's bringing the same level of intensity, the same belief every game, and we believe we can win any game. That they roll the ball out. So that's a different feel from any of the teams I've been on. Yeah,
this Jag team really put a lot of pressure on you guys. I like the way they played defensively on you. When you get that type of, this is almost like a Crossroads League type of game. What did you think so, Mark?
Yeah, I thought defensively. So I love when you shoot that way, and obviously I'm a big fan.
Yeah, we're.
I was disappointed that they even let you get shots off. Like I kept saying, if I'm coaching the other team, I'm saying we're playing 4-on-4, and somebody is glued to you the entire. Were you surprised that they still gave you a little space in the second half?
It's just our offense. I think they had a scouting report. Their coach was yelling at them. I heard them, and it's just the way we play, and we get each other open, and we make it work.
From my perspective, one of the big differences, though, between you and other great shooters, you move so well off the ball.
Yes,
there's a lot of great shooters that stand still, catch, and shoot.
Yes,
your basket cuts, your backdoor cuts, and then they have to honor that, and that's when you can step back. And also, I don't know if you know it, but you did grab 9 rebounds tonight.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't feel like it. Right?
And that's the thing. Everybody's so focused, Grant shot so well. But he also grabbed 9 rebounds for the team.
Got it, Crash.
All right. And Merry Christmas, buddy.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a great holiday.
All right. Double G with a great performance here tonight. Let's go over to Mark for those final numbers.
The visitors were 31 of 60, 52%. They were 7 of 18 from three-point range, 39%. They were 17 of 23 from the foul line, 74%. Bethel was 32 of 67, 47%. 15 of 29 behind the line, 52%. 14 of 19 from the free throw line, 75%. Both teams with 35 rebounds. Bethel had 10 on the offensive end. The visitors had 7. 21 assists for the Pilots, 17 for the Jaguars. 15 turnovers for Bethel, 17 for Governor State. Individually, Robinson had 18 points, 8 rebounds. Shorter, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Harley, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Pride, 11 of 15 from the floor, 29 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Love the way that young man plays. York had 6 points, 3 rebounds. Crenshaw, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Dillard, 7 points, 3 rebounds. And Keith had 2 points and 4 boards. The Pilots, Rassler, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Newman, 16 and 8. Cruz, we'd say a quiet game. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and a steal. DeHart had 6 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists. Grant Galen, 30 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Dylan Sheehy had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Keontae Jenkins, 2 points, 1 board, 3 assists. Nathan Ertz had a couple fouls, and Segota had 8 points, 3 rebounds.
Once again, Mark, you got to go back. They got the lead up to 19. They cut it to 83-79 at the 5:11 mark. And if you remember, it was the Philippe Segota hook shot that got him over the hump to make it a 6-point game. And the closest the visitors got at that point in time was one-on-one. 85-80, and that lane violation right there which potentially could have put it back down to a 4-point game. That was a pivotal miscue there, and then Cruz with a field goal. And from at that point in time, the closest they got was 6 points.
Yeah, that's just a tough loss. You lose by 7, and you can pinpoint the lane violation, the technical foul for the flop. Grant misses 2 free throws. Segota gets the rebound and puts it in. You missed a layup the possession before, so there's a 4-point. And then all of a sudden you're not fouling down the stretch. You're just D'ing up because you're in a 2-point game as opposed to a 7-point game. So, yeah.
That's the difference between being 12-0 and 7-5
Absolutely.
is making those little plays and doing the things needed to be done. That's going to do it here tonight. Once again, Governor State's next game will be against Holy Cross. Mike McBride and Tyler Brady were here for the game today, so they're going to be matched up against the Saints on the 21st of December. The Pilots' next game will be here at home on December 28th. Once again, a special thanks to Tiny Connery, for Luke Schrock, and for Coach Mark Gardner. I'm Paul Connery, and on behalf of all of us at Regional Radio Sports, once again, final score, the Pilots win 93-86. And for all of us at Regional Radio Sports, God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.